All right, we are live and we are ready to go. How's it going, everyone? I am, of course, DrDelay, and we've got another edition of baseball here on DrDelay. I, of course, am DrDelay. We've got the Dodgers taking on the Brewers. The Dodgers, of course, leading 1-0, winning yesterday 2-1. The Brewers did get something going late, but unfortunately it just wasn't enough as the Dodgers took game one for them. Of course, the Dodgers fans, well, that's not unfortunately. That's actually pretty good. So, Dodgers looking to go up 2-0 as they will take the series to L.A. on Thursday. And, of course, the Brewers looking to get on the board as far as the win column. Starting lineup for the Dodgers, Shohei Ohtani, he'll be DHing. Mookie Betts is at short. Freddie Freeman is at first. Will Smith catching. Max Muncy is at third. Teoscar Hernandez is in right. Tommy Edman is at second. Kike Hernandez in left. And Angel Pages is in center. Of course, he has been struggling a lot as of late. Starting pitcher for the Dodgers is Yoshinobu Yamamoto. In the postseason with a 1-1 record, 2.53 ERA, and a whip of a 1.22. So not too shabby. He's been pretty good. He's looking to pretty much do what Blake Snell did yesterday, which was pretty much, again, just dominate the Brewers lineup. That was very shocking, I would say, to most of us. For the home team, the Brewers, Jackson Chourio is in right. Bryce Terang is at second. William Contreras is catching. Christian Yelich is DHing. Andrew Vaughn is at first. Sal Frelick is in center. Caleb Durbin is at third. Jake Bowers is in left. And Joey Ortiz is at short. Starting pitcher for the Brewers. You may have heard of him. He's just a guy with 200 strikeouts. Freddie Peralta, 1-1 so far this postseason with an ERA of 4.66. A little bit high on the ERA there for him. ERA of 1.24. So that is your guy for the Brewers tonight. Like I said earlier, of course, the Dodgers winning game 1 2-1. Definitely was a rough night at the plate for the Brewers, so they're looking to turn things around. Of course, again, they have a very tough task with that, that being Yoshinobu Yamamoto. So, we'll get to see if they're able to turn things around tonight. As you can see, ESPN giving the Brewers the edge in this one, 51.6% chance of winning, whereas the Dodgers have 48.4%. The Brewers actually are not the favorite according to ESPN Bet, 1.5 runs by the Dodgers. Wow, so Dodgers actually the favorite. And like we said earlier, or like we said yesterday, I should say, that the Brewers had won all 6 of their games in the regular season. But, again, all that really matters is the playoffs. So that was, again, kind of a shock to all of us when the Dodgers, again, took game 1 and just dominated. Even though it only says, the score will say 2-1. The fact that the Brewers just couldn't really get on the board was very shocking to, I think, just most of us. Again, they got on the board late, but it was just a little too late. First off, I really want to thank George, of course. Thank you again for always being here. I appreciate you, sir. John, how's it going? What's up, Dr. Lay? Let's go, Brewers. Good evening, Bud. How's it going? How are you doing? And then RC here. Delay, what's up, bro? I don't know how much I'll be watching since the Cubs and Phillies are eliminated. I might just watch more. You're good. Again, I appreciate you stopping by, RC, showing your support. Appreciate it. James, hi, Doc. I'm back. Go, Brewers. Yeah, again, the Brewers looking to just have a much better performance today. Of course, I really don't have to say this, but the winner of the series goes to the World Series. Right now, the Mariners up 2-0 on the AL side of things. So, we'll be keeping a close eye on that. But right now, the Mariners already up 2-0 which is kind of a shock to me. I thought the Blue Jays would be the favorite in that one, but hey, well, yeah, that's why you play the games. Hit the like button, subscribe, and comment below to DrDelay. Thank you again, RC. Appreciate it. What's up, brother? How's it going? How's it going, Ash? Good to see you. Hey, my friend, how are you doing tonight? I'm doing good. Let's go Brewers. Kenneth pulling for the Brewers. Of course, folks, make sure, again, to, comment down in the chat. Feel free to vote in the poll. Who wins Game 2 is tonight's question. And 83% of you guys have the Brewers winning. So we might go ahead and we'll go to 3D. If it's way too much ahead, then we'll just go back to the actual. Well, okay, we're not. What the heck? Well, what in the world's going on? Well, we might just have to stick to the players. And that's fine with me, I guess. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and stick to the players. It's not working right now. It is what it is. All right, Shohei Ohtani is coming to the plate. See here, let me get out of here. I'll watch a little Mariners Blue Jays. Yeah, I totally gotcha. The Godum, how's it going? Day off here. Have a great stream, Dr. Thank you very much. The Godum, Chris, of course, with his Brewers emojis. But yes, Shohei Ohtani coming to the plate. 4 for 29 so far in the postseason, batting 138, OPS of 631, 2 homers and 5 RBIs. Peralta sets and fires. That's a breaking ball in there for a called strike. So 0-1 to Shohei Ohtani. But folks, again, make sure to check out the Go Dome. Covers all of your Houston sports, but of course he does other things as well. As that's a breaking ball in there for a called strike. So 0-2 to Shohei Ohtani. Cheers to Go Brewers. Yes. Again, members, feel free. And again, as you can see there, to show your support. I'll be changing these out every single game. Game that I do to match the appropriate teams. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a breaking ball outside, and it's 1-2 to Shohei Ohtani. I'll try to get the 3D up very soon. I think I'll be a little bit behind, of course. Hence the name DrDelay, I guess. That's not really why I named myself that, but yeah, here's the 1-2. That's going to be low. Fastball inside and at the shins, and it's 2-2. And if you guys do have if there's something wrong with the audio, let me know. I was told that there might have been some issues last night. So we'll try to fix them on the fly. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Down goes Ohtani. Now coming to the plate is Mookie Betts. Betts batting .333 in the postseason, OPS of .894. No homers, but 5 RBIs. He's 10 for 30 so far this postseason. George saying howdy to the Go Dome. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a breaking ball outside, and it's 1-0. 1-0 count to Mookie Betts. Peralta sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be in there for a called strike, and it's 1-1. Feeling better today? Yeah. I'm feeling better. Thank you for asking. 1-1 count. Peralta sets and fires. That is inside, and it's 2-1. 2-1 now to Betts. 2-1 count. Peralta sets, kicks, and deals. That's a swing and a miss. Breaking ball below the zone, and it's 2-2. 2-2 counts. Peralta sets and fires. That is high and in. 94 on the fastball. And the count is full. The count is full. 3-2 count. Peralta rocks, sets, kicks, and deals. That is low, ball 4. Go and see if that's working here. I guess. I don't know. What do you guys think? If only it wasn't so far behind. That's the only problem. It is what it is. This is Freddie Freeman. Here's the pitch. That's a check swing, but it's in there anyway for a called strike. Freeman, this postseason batting .250, OPS of .808, 1 homer, 1 RBI. He's 7 for 28 so far. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside, and it's 1-1. 1-1 count. To Freddie Freeman, runner on first with 1 out. Peralta delivers. That's a swing and a miss. And it's 1-2. Couldn't get the word out of my mouth. Couldn't get his name out of my mouth for some reason. One and two is the count to Freddie Freeman. Brewers fans getting loud. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to right. But it looks like Chourio is there to make the catch for out number 2. 2-A for the Dodgers. That'll bring up Will Smith. What's up, Anthony? How's it going? Good to see you. Good to see you, Anthony. We've got some NLCS baseball here. Will Smith batting .235, OPS of .551, no homers, 2 RBIs, 4 for 17 at the plate this postseason. Peralta sets, kicks, and deals. That is outside, and it's 1-0. Breaking ball away. One and 0 count. Peralta fires. That's in there, and it's a 1-1 on the changeup. 90-mile-per-hour changeup. One and 1 count. Peralta sets and delivers. That's popped up. And that's going foul. 1-2. The Fresh Prince of L.A. And a 1-2 count. Brewers fans getting loud. Peralta sets. Kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 0 for the Dodgers in the first. So we head to the bottom of the first. Again, it is 0-0 here in Milwaukee. Folks, again, appreciate you guys hanging out. Make sure, again, if you haven't done so already, to leave a like and, of course, subscribe to the channel. Definitely helps out small channels like mine to do so. And yeah, that's pretty much what I do. I've been calling games for a while, pretty much since March. MLB, NFL, college football. That is pretty much what I do on the channel. Of course, I guess in the springtime I was also doing a little bit of the UFL as well. Did a little bit of that. But yeah, make sure again to do so. Leave a like and, of course, subscribe to the channel. Definitely helps out the channel a lot. And that is pretty much it. I got nothing else to say. Feel free to chat down below. Talk about whatever you'd like. I try to respond to as many comments as possible. And, of course, I do have a poll tonight. Who do you think is going to win? Game 2. 76% of you guys have the Brewers winning. The Dodgers at 24%. So, definitely a one-sided poll, I would say. But that's not really all that shocking. That's interesting. I don't know. Just looking at the little tools here. Discovering new things every day. Not really much else happening in the sports world, so not really going to check out other stuff. I think there's some college football tonight. You can see there. I mean, I guess we can check that out a little bit later. I don't know how much you guys care about some of the other like the group of 5 and stuff like that. I cover most of that, though. Liberty up 17-3 on New Mexico State, South Alabama 7, Arkansas State nothing, and Florida International 3. Western Kentucky, nothing. So I guess we checked it out anyway. Again, we're just kind of waiting for commercial break to end. And, of course, due up for the Brewers will be Chourio, Turang, and Contreras. They're showing off some Big East basketball. Definitely will be interesting there, as I'll do, of course, some college basketball. Not too much. Won't be really promoting that, but, we'll do some of that, of course, as the football season closes. But for now, it's going to be, again, football and, of course, pretty much covering baseball until the Brewers, I would say, are done. So, hey, they go to the World Series. I'm covering the World Series. They don't. I don't know. We'll see when it comes to the Dodgers. As Yamamoto delivers, that's cut on and sent to right. And Chourio sent this one. That one's over the fence. That one is gone. The Brewers with the leadoff home run. That ball just kind of kept going and going and going, and then it was gone. Jackson Chourio, first pitch, 1-0 Brewers over the Dodgers. That one just kind of came out of nowhere. Long commercial break, and then Chourio, first pitch, sends this opposite field, just sneaking over. As here is Bryce Turang. Here is the pitch. That's a breaking ball low, and it's 1-0. Turang this postseason batting .125, OPS of .452, 1 homer and 2 RBIs. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a foul tip, and it's 1-1. John loves it. Wendy pulling for the Brewers. Lewis saying Dr. Death. Here's the 1-1. That's a swing and a miss, and it's 1-2, 96 on the fastball. Again, if you're just tuning in, literally just about a minute ago, Chourio sending this opposite field. It's 1-0. Did the wind carry the ball? No, there's no. I mean, it's inside. It just kept going. Here's the 1-2. That's a chopper to third. Muncy has it, throws to first for out number 1. It just kept going. I didn't think it would. Off the bat, it didn't sound like anything special. It didn't sound like crisp or anything. William Contreras coming to the plate, batting .261, OPS of .885, 2 homers and 3 RBIs. How about the Bears? Yeah, no, the Bears coming back after being up, as that's a swing and a miss, strike 1. The Bears with a game-winning field goal. Kind of shocked me, I would say. I didn't have that. I didn't have the Falcons winning either. Here's the 0-1. That's a ground ball to first. Freeman has it, lost it, throws to first for out number 2. A little bit of drama there at first, but Freeman was able to recover. Then I'll bring up Christian Yelich, batting .227, OPS of .619, no homers and no RBIs. Yamamoto kicks and deals. That's a big swing and a miss, and it's strike 1. Oh, and 1 count to Christian Yelich. Yamamoto delivers. That's inside, and it's 1-1. Two outs, nobody on for the Brewers. Brewers leading, of course, 1-0. Yamamoto delivers. That is inside, and it's 2-1. You forgot to hit the like button. Thank you for the reminder. Oh, you're welcome. You are very welcome. The 2-1, breaking ball that is chopped foul. Definitely helps out the channel to leave a like. 2-2 count to Yelich. Again, they're talking about Snell's performance yesterday. It was a great performance. Jeez. The 2-2. That's a ground ball to third. Muncy has it, throws to first for out number 3. Well, first pitch the Brewers saw, they sent it over the fence. It's 1-0 Brewers over the Dodgers. Folks, again, appreciate you guys hanging out. Make sure, again, to leave a like and, of course, subscribe to the channel for more play-by-play with DrDelay. This is what I do, folks. I call games. So, again, if you like said games and you like the style that I offer, make sure, again, to subscribe. We are a growing channel. Over 1,100 subs in the last 10 weeks. So, yeah, we are definitely trending in the right direction. So definitely subscribe to the channel, folks, as we're a channel on the rise. And again, I won't be able to, now I do apologize, I won't be able to cover Game 3 or Game 4 of this series. I'll be sure to send you guys, or at least put it in my post section, where you guys can hear this game, and I'll make sure to, again, send you to a very high-quality play-by-play guy, most likely going to be play-by-play at JJ. Again, he is awesome. I'm sure some of you guys know him, but he is amongst the best of play callers on YouTube, so I'll make sure, again, to have you guys covered. But yes, Thursday I will be covering Steelers-Bengals. That does take priority. Every Steelers game does take priority on the channel. And then on Friday, I won't be here in the evening, as I will be calling a game, a high school game, in person, and yeah, I just won't be around, so that'll consume my night pretty much, as I'll be gone for about, I don't know, I'll be gone. I just won't be here, so yeah, I will be away. Of course, I do appreciate you guys for hanging out. Make sure, again, to leave a like and definitely subscribe if you haven't done so already. Of course, feel free to chat down below. Talk about whatever you like. I try to respond to as many comments as I possibly can. And, of course, there is a poll, so definitely don't be a stranger there. Right now, the Brewers have 75% of your vote. The Dodgers at 25% of your vote. So there you go. Do it for the Dodgers will be Max Muncy whenever we do return to action. Again, commercials in the playoffs are much longer. Trying to make that money because, you know, the networks and baseball and football, they're just hurting for cash. This is Muncy at the plate. Peralta sets and fires. That is upstairs, and it's 1-0-93 on the fastball. Muncy batting .278, OPS of .791. No homers, no RBIs. Ran in, smashed that like button. Thank you, Danny. I said Danny. Denny. Thank you, Denny, very much, as that's a breaking ball in there for a called strike. I feel like that's very blasphemous, Steve, right now. I'm very sorry about that, Denny. Lewis picked the Dodgers to win. Lewis saying the Dodgers will go up 2-0. Here's the 1-1. That's a swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Now, I feel really bad now. I feel really bad. See, my nickname growing up is here's the 1-2. That's going to be outside. And it's 2-2. Was also Denny, as my name is very similar to Denny. So that was a, yeah, then whenever I'd hear Danny, I'd be like, that's not me. It's Denny. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be popped up. Durbin is under it, so he will have an opportunity to make the play, and he does for out number 1. Teoscar Hernandez coming to the plate, batting .276, OPS of .944, 3 homers, and 9 RBIs. Wow. There you go. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball low. And it's 1-0. If you're just tuning in, Brewers leading 1-0 over the Dodgers. Jackson Chourio was the reason that the Brewers are on the board, as that's a slider below the knees, and it's 2-0 to Teoscar Hernandez. Peralta comes to a set. Rocks and fires. That's a changeup below the knees, and it's 3-0. Peralta hasn't really had the best of stuff here in the postseason. I mean, it's an ERA in the 4s. The 3-0, that's going to be inside, but it's called a strike. 93 on the fastball. It's a 3-1 count. Peralta sets. Kicks and deals. That's going to be jammed on the run, but that one is going to become a souvenir. Nice catch by the Brewers fan there. Oh, wow. Great catch. Yeah. 3-2 count to Teoscar Hernandez. 1 out, nobody on. Peralta sets, rocks, and fires. And Hernandez sends this to left. And that one, if it's fair, it's gone. It is fair. It is gone. Teoscar Hernandez tying it up. And it's now 1-1. And that silenced the Brewers crowd. Of course, there's plenty of Dodgers fans that have made the trip. They definitely travel very well. That'll bring up Tommy Edman, batting .261, OPS of .814, 2 homers, 3 RBIs. Jeez, Peralta delivers. That's a breaking ball in there for a called strike. And it's 0-1. Oh, and 1 count to Edman. Here is the pitch. That's a fastball upstairs, and it's 1-1. It's a fastball right down the middle, and it's 1-2. Sorry, I adjust the mic there as I move positions. I move around a lot, and I think that's a problem. Can't sit still. 1-2 count to Edman. Peralta delivers. And Edman yanks this to right. Chourio, though, is there at the track to make the catch. So 2 outs. That will bring up Kike Hernandez. Hernandez batting .346 this postseason, OPS of .876. No homers and no RBIs. 2 outs, nobody on. Peralta delivers. That is going to be in there, but not called a strike. So 1-0 count to Kike Hernandez. It's had a very good postseason. Here's the pitch. That's in there for a called strike, and it's 1-1. Peralta sets and fires. Breaking ball that is low, and it's 2-1. Two and 1 count to Kike Hernandez. Peralta kicks and deals. That's a chopper, and that's going foul. Brewers fans are definitely a little bit shocked, I would say. A little bit silenced. They do come to their feet, though, a little bit here. Now they are rising to their feet. The 2-2 ground ball. And that's going to get through for a base hit. Hernandez with a 2-out single, and that will bring up Andy Pages. And again, he has struggled at the plate, and that might be not telling the whole story there. He is 1 for 27 this postseason, batting .037, OPS of 108. It has definitely been rough at the plate. The pitch, that's going to be chopped foul, and it's 0-1. I don't know what in the world's going on with them, but it's definitely not been good. 0-1 count. Runner on first, 2 outs here in the top of the second. Peralta sets and fires. That is low. Fastball in the dirt. It's 1-1. Sean Frelick. Brewers did move around their outfield. I don't really know the reason for it, as that's going to be cut on and sent to right, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. Oh, Kike Hernandez is rounding second, heading for home. Throw to the plate. He is safe. And just like that, the Dodgers have taken the lead. Teoscar Hernandez scores. Kike Hernandez scores. And Peralta's postseason struggles will continue. Andy Pages, again, he had been struggling mightily. That's a double. Nick says this is rigged. I don't know about that. But right now the Dodgers having a very good top of the second. Again, this is Shohei Ohtani coming to the plate. He's 0 for 1 so far in this one. Peralta, again, just struggling in the postseason. He's not really hitting his postseason numbers. Here is the pitch. That is outside, but it's called a strike. That was 88 on the changeup. Shohei batting .133 himself. Again, he's had a rough postseason. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Shohei going to ask for time. Didn't seem to like the call, or, something was up about it. 0-2 count to Ohtani as the Brewers fans rise to their feet again, trying to rally Peralta. Runner on second. Pages takes his lead. Here's the pitch. And Shohei hits this to right, but that is caught by Churio for out number 3. But the Hernandez duo does their damage. Again, Teoscar Hernandez with a solo shot to lead it off here in the top of the second. But then Kike Hernandez coming across to score with Andy Pages bringing him in. So the Dodgers leading the Brewers by a score of 2-1. Of course, folks, appreciate you guys hanging out. Make sure, again, if you haven't done so already, to leave a like and, of course, subscribe to the channel. Definitely helps out the little channel here. But, hey, we are definitely a growing channel. So definitely subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. If you like the NFL, if you like MLB, you like college football, this is the channel for you. Because that's what I do. And, of course, again, I won't be able to cover Game 3 or Game 4 of this series. I'll be sure to send you guys elsewhere for that. Send you to a high-quality play-by-play guy. As on Thursday, we'll be covering the Steelers-Bengals. That, again, the Steelers do take priority on the channel. But, again, I will be sure to be back on Saturday for Game 5. I assume this goes to Game 5. It's a safe assumption. Right now, though, the Dodgers looking very good. That would be definitely heartbreaking for, I know, the Brewers subscribers, the Brewers fans, of course. Yeah, that would definitely be rough. But yes, folks, so definitely subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Hopefully you like what you're listening to, as this, again, is what I do. I call games. And don't be a stranger. Feel free to chat down below and, of course, talk about whatever you like. Feel free to vote in the poll. Who wins Game 2? 70% of you guys have the Brewers winning today. The Dodgers at 30%. I feel like I've drank a lot of water today. There's my other water. Jeez, I'm a mess. I'm a mess. Due up for the Brewers will be Vaughn, Frelick, and Durbin whenever we do return to action. All right, we are returning to Milwaukee. Already dark there. Well, it's already dark here. I need to see actually a map of the United States. I feel like Milwaukee, pretty much right above where I live. Yamamoto kicks and deals. That's going to be inside for ball one. I'm actually very curious here. The pitch, that's going to be inside for ball one. No, Milwaukee's actually more further east. I was thinking of Minnesota. There's a part of Minnesota above where I live. 2-0 counts. Here is the pitch. That's a ground ball to third. Oh, it's off Muncy. Muncy recovers, throws to first, and the throw is a little bit off as Freeman had to make a great catch to keep that from going past him. So maybe that's what the Brewers needed. So that is an error. Come on, Brew Crew, you can do it. Yeah, they can. They just got to believe themselves. They got to do it. They got to get it done. It's now or never. Well, I wouldn't say that. Again, it's a good group, young players, but this is a good opportunity. Yamamoto delivers. That's going to be grounded to first, and that is foul. Oh, the throw was sent to left field. Oh, that's such a bummer for the Brewers. Hey there, how are you? I'm doing all right, Brandon. Good to see you. How are you doing? Just calling some NLCS baseball. Yeah, that was foul. Freeman again sends this to the left fielder. Looks like he wanted to play catch with him. Yamamoto sets. Kicks and deals. That's a chopper to first. Uh-oh, there's one. And, oh, the throw goes past. So the throw was off either way. So there is a runner on at first. However, there is one out. As Caleb Durbin coming to the plate. It's batting .263, OPS of .627, no homers and 2 RBIs. This postseason. Yamamoto looks over at first as he comes to a set. Yamamoto checking over and fires. That's a chopper, and that's going foul. Oh, and 1 count to Caleb Durbin. Rockets are losing to the Pelicans. Okay. Is the NBA started yet, or is that still preseason? I honestly don't recall. I don't know. I don't really follow too much anymore. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be ripped to left, but that is going foul as the I don't know what in the world that jog was or sprint over there was by the security guy, but not a lot of effort there. 0-2 count to Durbin. Frelick is on at first. Yamamoto sets. Kicks and deals. Called strike 3. He struck him out. And that will bring up Jake Bauers. Bauers batting .600 this postseason. Only has 5 at-bats, but hey, that's still pretty good regardless. 1 homer, 2 RBIs, OPS north of 2,000. Penguins playing the Ducks. Here's the pitch. That's a big swing and a miss. Strike 1. Still blue season. I'm assuming preseason. Yamamoto looks over at the runner and was just going to look him back. Fake throw to first. Brewers fans not taking kindly to that. 0-1 count to Bauers. 2 outs, runner on at first. As Yamamoto delivers. That's a ground ball to short. Betts has it, throws to first for out number 3. Nothing doing for the Brewers. So we head to the top of the 3rd inning. Your score, Dodgers 2, Brewers 1. See what we can do here. I don't know if you guys are a fan of what's happening across college football. Not really much happening tonight. If you're interested in the bigger schools, then this has no interest to you guys. But I can tell you that Liberty and New Mexico State, they are at half. Liberty leading 20-6 over New Mexico State. South Alabama leading 7-3 over Arkansas State. And Florida International 6, Western Kentucky 3. And what I will do is I'll take this and turn it into hockey. And we'll go over some scores there. The Maple Leafs over the Predators 4-2. Canadians over the Kraken 2-1. Oilers leading the Rangers 1-0. Lightning and the Capitals 1-1. So that's what's happening. My Penguins, of course. Again, I say my. I don't really watch too much hockey, but they take on the Ducks tonight. That's still about 2 hours away. Hey, Snowman checking in. Good to see you, Snowman. Thank you for checking in. Folks, again, if you also are a fan of sports, make sure to check out Snowman Multimedia. Again, he does a lot over there as well. Of course, folks, again, if you do like the NFL, college football, and MLB, make sure, again, to leave a like and, of course, subscribe to the channel for more play-by-play with DrDelay. This is what I do. I call games. So, yeah, no, if you like said games and you like the style that I offer, make sure, again, to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, as it's fast and free and easy to do. So definitely do that. And that's pretty much all I got. May take away the scoreboard on the bottom, because you got a scoreboard on the top left there. Just getting this. We'll go and leave the 3D up for now, as I believe both lineups have pretty much went all the way through, so I've announced all the stats for them. Still provide you stats that I see on the television or the monitor, whatever. Hopefully I'm not too far behind, but it is what it is. We should be working our way back, though. I don't know what is going on there on the screen, but apparently William Contreras going at bat for the Dodgers. But that is not going to be the case in reality. As Peralta sets, he's going to face Mookie Betts. Here's the pitch. That's a grounder to short. Ortiz has it, throws to first for out number 1. So 1 pitch, 1 out. Showing the Dodgers here, 13 straight postseason appearances, 12 division titles, 2 World Series scores, 2020 and 2024. For the Brewers, 3rd straight division title, 5th in the last 8 years, 3rd conference championship appearance in the last 15 years. Here is the pitch. That's going to be a low, As that a changeup for ball one. 1-0 count to Freddie Freeman. Peralta sets, kicks, and deals. That is outside, and it's 2-0. Again, Peralta has been struggling here, in the postseason. And I say that as in, comparing his regular season stats, ERA in the twos in the postseason here. I think it's north of 5 now. Here's the 2-0. That's going to be in there at the knees for a called strike. 95 on the fastball. So 2-1 count to the 0-1 man, Freddie Freeman. The pitch. That's a big swing and a miss. And it's 2-2 to Freddie Freeman. Will Smith, the Fresh Prince of L.A., is on deck. 2-2 count the pitch. That's a ground ball up the middle. Ortiz, though, is there. Throws to first for out number 2. So 2 away for the Doyers. And that will bring up Will Smith. Almost off his foot. Then it almost hit the base. Again, here is Will Smith, who's 0 for 1 on the night. The pitch, breaking ball in there for a called strike. So 0-1 count to Will Smith. Peralta sets, kicks and deals. That's a breaking ball outside, and it's a 1-1. Peralta pitches biting 19 in the first, 26 in the second, which, of course, those were the 2 runs, and then only 7 so far here in the third. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be popped up. And Ortiz is going to call it off and make the catch for out number 3. Nothing doing for the Dodgers. We head to the bottom of the third inning. The Dodgers leading 2-1 over the Brewers. Falcon pulling for both. Folks, again, if you are a member, feel free to put up your emojis, who you're pulling for. Of course, we all know both teams would tremble in fear if they saw the Pirates here tonight. Wouldn't that be something? The Pirates in the NLCS. One can only dream, of course. Definitely would be nice for next year. Folks, again, appreciate you guys hanging out. Make sure, again, to like and, of course, subscribe to the channel for more play-by-play with DrDelay. This is what I do, folks. I call games. So, again, if you like the NFL, you like MLB or college football, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much my channel in a nutshell. Might cover a little bit of other things today. I actually downloaded all the NHL logos. Not saying, again, I'm doing that anytime soon. But if the opportunity presents itself, I will go ahead and see what I'm made of and call hockey. Again, I am guaranteed to call one Penguins game. That is, of course, due to one of the OG subscribers to the channel, Draven. I don't think he's checked in tonight. But, yes, no, I did promise him I'd make one Penguins call. And I will probably do a terrible job. But I did promise, so I just need to learn the terminology and all the rules because I don't really know much about all that. Checking some scores across the nation, or I guess nations, as, again, some of these teams in Canada for the hockey. Maple Leafs 4, Predators 2. Kraken and the Canadians 2-2. Oilers leading the Rangers 1-0, and the Lightning tied with the Capitals 1-1. And then in college football, Liberty leading New Mexico State 20-6, South Alabama 7, Arkansas State 3, and Florida International 9, Western Kentucky 3. Of course, those scores were brought to you by Coffee Beans, Eduardo Hernandez, Saria Cat, and Hammer. Thank you again for your support being a scoreboard sponsor and all. Definitely appreciate your support. That is awesome. A lot of movement happening out there right now. I don't know what's going on. The wife going crazy. Hopefully everything is okay. I'm sure I will be notified if things are not. Interviewing Tyler Glass now. Had a really great performance against the Phillies in Game 4. As Yamamoto wind up and the pitch. That's a breaking ball just below the knees for a called strike. 1-0 count to Joey Ortiz. Yamamoto delivers. That's going to be a ground ball right back to the pitcher. Yamamoto tosses to first for out number 1. So 1 away for the Brew Crew. That should flip it to the top of the order here. That should be Jackson Chourio coming to the plate. It is. He led off the bottom of the first with a solo shot home run. Youngest player with 2 career leadoff home runs in MLB history. Here's the pitch showing bunt. Pulls back. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Chourio, I'm not going to, I don't know how you'll take this or not. He's a little bit of a troll at the plate. And what I mean there, if you've seen the Padres play, as here's the 0-1, that's chopped, and that's going to go foul. Luis Arias, of course, that's kind of what he does at the plate. He'll take pitches out of nowhere. He'll move a lot in and out of the box. So Chourio has a little bit of that in him. 0-2 count to Chourio. Yamamoto delivers. Swing and a miss. He blew it right by him. 96 on the gun. He struck him out. So just like that, 2 outs. Again, the Brewers, I don't know, they're given the vibes of last night pretty much. Again, they obviously led off the game with the home run, but since then it hasn't been much. Here is Terang, and that's going to be a splitter outside, and it's 1-0, 92 on the pitch. Terang 0 for 1 so far this postseason, batting 120 with a home run and 2 RBIs. Breaking ball in there for a called strike, and it's 1-1. One and 1 counts. Yamamoto delivers. That's going to be ripped to left, and that's going to get down for a base hit. So a 2-out single for the Brewers. Bryce Terang getting on again. He's also been struggling this postseason. A lot of Brewers been struggling. Of course, again, that series against the Cubs was really a defensive, pitcher's duel, essentially. William Contreras coming to the plate. Brewers fans getting loud and proud. Yamamoto delivers. Checked his swing. Did he go? He did not. Or did he? Did he? No, he did. I guess he did make contact there. 0-1 count. Didn't look like he did. So 0-1 count to Contreras. My apologies there. Yamamoto sets. And fires. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2 to William Contreras, who's 0 for 1 for the night. Runner on first, 2 outs. Yamamoto sets and fires. And right to the shortstop, Betts. Makes a great catch for out number 3. He crushed that to short. He really did. It was a line drive. Betts with a great catch. As we head to the top of the 4th, the Dodgers lead 2-1 over the Brewers. Folks, again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe for more play-by-play with DrDelay. This is what I do, folks. I call games. So, again, if you like said games, you like the NFL, you like college football, you like MLB, make sure to subscribe today. It is fast and free and easy to do. You won't have to pay me anything. And again, you'll just be subscribing to a fast-growing channel, 1,100 subs in the last 10 weeks. We are definitely on the rise. And hopefully this momentum just keeps on going and just getting better and better. Because, yeah, no, it's definitely been exciting. And hopefully you can see why, again, I try to do that traditional radio-style broadcast. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. That is pretty much it. And, again, I did cover last night's game. Let's see, let's back out there. Did cover last night's game between the Doyers and the Brewers. So, I am no stranger to these teams, is what I'm pretty much trying to say. Covered the Dodgers really in their Red Series. I don't think I did a Dodgers-Phillies as focused on the Brewers and the Cubs. Then I think I did one Yankees and Blue Jays game. And then, yeah, I don't know. Play-by-play, JG does the Philly stuff, so yeah, I was just kind of like, and plus I was busy at the time as well. I was trying to get every Brewers game, and also a lot of things happening. I'm writing Contreras prop and Brewers win. I thought William had a beat there. Yeah, no, it was definitely a line drive there, Steve, but unfortunately it was right to Mookie Betts. Muncy will be the leadoff batter for the Dodgers whenever we do return to action. Peralta, 54 pitches right now through 3 innings, 2 strikeouts, and again, 2 earned, both those runs coming in the second inning. Thank you, of course, Steve, for always checking in. Appreciate you, my man, as Muncy, again, about to be at the plate as we're ready to resume action here. He's 0 for 1 so far in this one. Showing the replay of the Teoscar Hernandez home run, which, don't really know the relevance there to Muncy, but it is what it is. Peralta sets. Kicks and deals. That is upstairs, but it's called a strike. Fastball above the zone. 0-1 count to Muncy. It's 0 for 1 in this one again, batting .263, no homers, no RBI so far in the postseason. The pitch, that is way upstairs, and it's a 1-1. 1-1 count to Muncy. Peralta sets, kicks, and deals. That is a fastball again upstairs, and it's 2-1. 2-1 counts to the third baseman. Peralta sets, kicks, and fires. That's going to be yanked to right. Oh, what a catch by Andrew Vaughn. Betts made a great catch earlier, but I think Vaughn takes the cake right now. That was an amazing catch. Leaping and everything again. Just used. Oh, that was great. That was a great catch by Andrew Vaughn. And just like that, there's 1 out. Now stepping up to the plate is Teoscar Hernandez. Of course, he opened up the scoring for the Dodgers. They would go on to score another one later. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Teoscar Hernandez, of course, 1 for 1 with the home run tonight. Batting .300 this postseason, 4 homers and 10 RBIs. Peralta delivers. That's going to be low, and it's 1-1. 1-1 count. Peralta sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be low, and it's 2-1. 2-1 count to Hernandez. Peralta sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be poked back and fouled back, and that evens the count as it'll be 2-2. Hernandez does ask for time. They're talking about some contracts here with the Dodgers. Two and two count. Peralta sets, rocks, and fires. Checked his swing. That's upstairs, and it's 3-2. It always seems like Hernandez has a good game. I don't know. Every single time I have covered the Dodgers, it seems like Hernandez is the guy that is consistently really good. The 3-2. That's going to be hit to Durbin. Durbin has it, throws to first, gets him by his step for out number 2. Hernandez running that one out, making it a closer play than you would have thought so. That'll bring up Tommy Edman. Peralta at 64 pitches so far. I don't know how much longer he'll go. He'd like to, I'm assuming, trying to get to the 6th. So far, I'd say he's on the pace. Here's the pitch. That's a big swing and a miss. Strike 1. This is Edman again, 0 for 1 in this one. Peralta delivers. That's going to be cranked to right center, and that one is going to go over the wall as far as it hit. Pardon me. It bounced, and then it went over the wall. So it's a ground rule double. Didn't mean to give you guys a heart attack if you're a Brewers fan listening in. But Edman gave it a good drive. It landed on the warning track and then proceeded to bounce over the wall. Oh, man. So Edman does his dance there. That seems to be a Dodgers thing. Kike Hernandez stepping up to the plate. He's 1 for 1. Here's the pitch. That is upstairs. And it's 1-0. So the Dodgers with a runner at second with 2 outs. Peralta. He's sweating. He's looking back at second. Kicks and deals. That's inside, and it's 1-1 to Hernandez. Oh, I'm sorry. It's 2-0 to Hernandez. Did I say something else? I think I did. 2-0 to Hernandez. Peralta sets, looks back at second, and delivers. That's a chopper, and that's going foul, and it's 2-1 to Kike Hernandez. Peralta approaching 70 pitches. As he sets and delivers, that's going to be chopped foul yet again. The lady back there, like everyone else moved, and she didn't move at all. Jeez, she just might be built different, folks. 2-2 count to Hernandez. Runner at second. 2 outs. Brewers fans rising to their feet as they wave the towels. Peralta sets and fires. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning. The Dodgers still lead 2-1. Jeez, that was just looking for water there. Well, the Brewers get out of that. Definitely looking scary there. Folks, again, appreciate you guys hanging out. Make sure, again, to leave a like and, of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, folks. This is what I do. I call games. So, again, if you like said games, make sure to leave a like and, of course, subscribe to the channel. But, yeah, I've been covering baseball pretty much for a while, pretty much since the beginning of the season. So, yeah, again, if you do like what you're listening to, make sure to leave a like and, of course, subscribe. Hold on 1 second. Oh, yeah, I see what's going on. I see what's going on. But, yeah, again, make sure definitely to leave a like and, of course, subscribe to the channel. as I look at what's happening across some stuff here. Of course, feel free to chat down below. Edmund, my man, free bet, sprinkle hit there. Had him for 2 bases with a free bet, which I usually forget. I don't count them in, but money is money. Good stuff. Steve, of course, just winning. That's what he does. He just wins. That's what he does. Let's see how JJ is doing. So I was looking. I was concerned. Yeah. All right, anyway, it is what it is. But again, appreciate you guys hanging out. Make sure, again, to leave a like and, of course, subscribe to the channel. Not much sports happening tonight. There's some hockey and stuff like that. Some other college football. We'll check in on those games after this half inning. But again, I do appreciate you guys hanging out. Again, I know there's a lot of competition out there tonight for your attention. So hopefully I'm able to win you over. And, of course, again, leave a like and, of course, subscribe to the channel. For more play-by-play with DrDelay, again, I cover a lot on the channel. And don't be a stranger. Again, feel free to chat down below and talk about whatever you'd like. All right, Yelich is digging in. He's 0 for 1 on the night. So Yamamoto kicks and deals. That's going to be in there for a called strike. It's 0-1. 0-1 to Christian Yelich. Yamamoto rocks and fires. That's going to be low, and it's 1-1 to Christian Yelich. Brewers just trying to get something going. They need to tie it up. Yamamoto delivers. That's a big swing and a miss, and it's 1-2 to Christian Yelich. Yamamoto working really efficiently here. 36 pitches as the pitch. That's a swing and a miss. He struck him out. Down goes Yelich, as he's now 0 for 2. That'll bring up Andrew Vaughn. As Yamamoto, again, has just been dealing ever since the leadoff home run. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be in there for a called strike. Vaughn is 0 for 1. And Yamamoto, once again, delivers. He's working fast as that's going to be sent to center. And Pages is there to make the catch for out number 2. Yamamoto's just been moving at an incredibly fast pace. I don't know if the Brewers are ready for it, as they're showing Pat Murphy here in the dugout, scratching some things off on a list or something. I don't know. Yamamoto delivers. That's a breaking ball in there for a called strike. This is Sal Frelick. He's 0 for 1 today. And again, I believe he's also been struggling here in the postseason. As Yamamoto delivers, that's going to be a splitter upstairs and outside, and it's 1-1. So 1-1 counts to Yamamoto. Or, pardon me, to Frelick, as Yamamoto delivers. That's going to be cut on and sent to left, but that is going foul. Just like that, it's 1-2. Frelick this postseason batting 190. Again, he has been struggling at the plate. As Yamamoto kicks and deals, that's going to be outside on the splitter, 2-2. Brewers looking to get something going. Drinking a brew to help motivate the brew crew. Maybe you need to drink too. Yeah, you might have to, Mr. Green. Of course, please drink responsibly, of course, as here's the 2-2. That's cut on and sent to left, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Pretty much a grounder, actually, when I replay it in my mind. So good stuff there by Frelick as they played kind of the shift in a way. And Frelick able to find the open hole. and get on. But good to see you, Mr. Green. Jay, how's it going? Hey, Dr. Lay, thought I would stop by for a bit and listen to hopefully a Brewers win. NL Central revenge for the Reds losing to the Dodgers. Yep. Oh, yeah, no, the Dodgers again sweeping the Reds. Appreciate you, Jay, for stopping on in, as that's going to be in there for a cold strike. Reds did put up some runs there, of course. You know, I think they were, I don't know, I can't actually remember the scores. I think they put up 5 in one of them. You know, Brewers, of course, yesterday put up 1 in the bottom of the ninth. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be chopped foul, and just like that, folks, it's 0-2 to Caleb Durbin, who's 0 for 1, batting .250 this postseason, 2 RBIs. Yeah, I totally understand, Jay. I know it's kind of crazy. I'm ready to see the Pirates again. I'm sure you're ready to see the Reds, of course, as well. So I'm ready for March. Here's the 0-2. That's a swing and a miss. He struck him out. And the Dodgers work quickly, specifically Yamamoto. So we head to the top of the 5th. The Dodgers leading 2-1. But yeah, I'm kind of ready. I'm kind of ready for the Pirates again. I know they're pathetic, but man, I don't know why, but I don't know. I miss them. I miss the Pirates. Of course, you know, it is football season, so that will make it, very tolerable. Of course, the Steelers doing well, so that's always nice. Jay, Jay, you're also a Bengals fan, right? We got you this Thursday. I'll be covering that game as well. Steelers Bengals will be making the thumbnail. I heard the Bengals are wearing their white tiger, the white Bengal. I need to confirm that, because then I'll try to make sure the Bengals have like a black and white on their side of the thumbnail. But anyway, folks, appreciate you guys hanging out. Make sure, again, to leave a like and, of course, subscribe to the channel. This is what I do, folks. I call games. So, again, if you don't have the channel, definitely check out my channel. I'll at least keep you covered for the most part when it comes to the NFL, MLB, and, of course, college football. Yeah, I understand there's some illegal streams happening tonight. It is what it is. I was wondering, and I need to talk to JJ, see what he thinks about all that. I mean, it is what it is. Nothing we can do about it, but we definitely take a hit whenever the illegal streams are up, which is why most people don't even cover college football. But happening in college football right now, Liberty leading New Mexico State 20-13, South Alabama leading Arkansas State 7-3, and Florida International up 16-3 over Western Kentucky. And then for the hockey world, as I may dabble in that a little bit sooner rather than later, the Maple Leafs leading 4-2 over the Predators. The Kraken and Canadians are tied at 2 apiece. Oilers leading the Rangers 1-0. Lightning leading the Capitals 2-1. And the Golden Knights and the Flames are about to do battle there in Calgary, as they're just now starting 0-0 in that one. Of course, those scores were brought to you by Coffee Beans, Eduardo Hernandez, Saria Cat, and Hammer. So thank you for your support. I really do appreciate you guys for your support. It's very nice, very kind. I appreciate it. Definitely helps out the channel. But yes, folks, I'll be covering Thursday night Steelers-Bengals, so I won't be able to cover Game 3 of the series. I, again, will be sure to send you guys to a very high-quality play-by-play guy. So it's not like I will leave you out in the dark. I will make sure you guys are covered, as this has frozen. So might have to start over there, as here is Andy Pajes. He checks his swing, and it hits him in the hand. I thought it hit the bat. Checked his swing, and nothing happened in there, so I don't know what's going on here. We're just going to back out, and what we'll do is we'll duplicate. Oh, did I back that out? Oh, well. Duplicate this tab. Move that over here. Go to MLB.com and get back into game day. So Pajes hit by a pitch. He's going to advance to first. Brewers fans not happy. They'd like to see the replay. Let's see here. The replay, and yep, it hit him in the hand. Ooh, yeah, hit him right there on the knuckles. All right, Ohtani at the plate. Runner at first, nobody out. Peralta sets and fires. That is outside, and it's 1-0 to Freddie Peralta, or pardon me, to Shohei Ohtani. Freddie Peralta, the pitcher. Aaron Ashby is warming up in the bullpen. Here's the 1-0. That's going to be in there for a called strike, and it's 1-1 to Shohei Ohtani, who's 0 for 2 on the night. He has struggled this postseason, batting .129, 2 homers and 5 RBIs. A pickoff attempt, but nothing doing, as Pages is back safe and sound. 1-1 to Shohei Ohtani-kun. Peralta sets. Kicks and deals. That's going to be jammed, and that's fouled back. And it's 1-2. Again, a man on at first. Nobody out here in the top of the fifth. Showing Brandon Woodruff, a 2-time All-Star, 2019 and 2021. Peralta delivers. That's a swing and a miss. He struck him out. As Ohtani continues to struggle here in the postseason, the Brewers fans loving it. I understand. I guess I somewhat understand why, that he's labeled a villain. I don't know. I don't know. I can't. I'll never hate on him, as that's going to be in there for a called strike. This is Mookie Betts at the plate. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. I'll never be able to boo Shohei. I can boo the other Dodgers, though, as that's going to be in there and not called a strike. I was on the outside corner, but wasn't ruled a strike. 1-1 count to Mookie Betts. It's had a pretty good postseason so far. The 1-1, that's going to be low, and it's 2-1 to Mookie Betts. Two and 1 count. Peralta kicks and deals. That's going to be popped up. And that will become a souvenir, as that is a foul ball. Again, a 2-2 count to Peralta. Peralta at 80 pitches. So I don't know. I don't know if he sees the 6th or not. It's not trending in that direction. Again, with Ashby up in the bullpen. Peralta sets. Kicks and deals. That's going to be low in the dirt. The ball gets away, but Contreras able to handle it and keep the runner at first. And it's 3-2 now. Three and 2 to Mookie Betts. Freeman on deck. Peralta sets. Kicks and deals. That's going to be chopped off his foot, as that is a foul ball. Three and 2. Curious to see what both the Reds and the Pirates do to improve. Hopefully some good moves. I agree. Yeah, hopefully. Right now, it feels like, the Brewers and Cubs going to run it back and pretty much dominate the NL Central again, but definitely would love to see some improvement from the bottom of the division. Here's the 3-2. That's a grounder to third. Durbin, there's one, and to a double play. Very nice there as we head to the bottom of the fifth. Peralta thanking the Lord above, as it's 2-1 Dodgers over the Brewers. Of course, again, the Reds, obviously a nice young team there, but they definitely need to add some pieces as well to, take that next step. Where the Pirates, again, just trying to get to where the Reds are. at least to be 500 and, fight for a wild card spot. Of course, a lot of craziness had to happen, and I'm sure Reds fans know that as well. The Mets pretty much falling apart. But yeah, I would love to see the Pirates just, again, add some quality bats. That's what they need to do. It's what they need to do. They need to go all in. Again, folks, don't be a stranger. Feel free to chat down below. Talk about whatever you'd like. I try to respond to as many comments as possible. And of course, there is a poll up. Feel free to vote in that poll. Who wins Game 2? Right now, 71% of you guys have the Brewers winning Game 2. 29% with the Dodgers. But, of course, as the actual game says, the Dodgers leading 2-1 over the Brewers. So definitely, I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens. Delay, what do you say? The Cubs are not going to win today. I can tell you that. Brew Crew likes to find a way to win. Yeah, they do. They just have been struggling. Good to see you, though, Rising Rhino. Folks, again, check out Rising Rhino for all your football needs. Of course, tonight, this is pretty much a little bit of college football in a way because, Rhino, there's like 1 million illegal streams up of this game. So it's thanks. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you, TBS. Thank you, everyone. But it is what it is. We're just calling a game. Still, hopefully, for an exciting game. That's all we can hope for. And, of course, the Brewers fans hoping the Brewers win. Dodgers fans hoping for a Dodgers win. Hello, Rising Rhino. Yeah, no, Rising Rhino, a friend of the channel. Has the night off. I, of course, returning tomorrow as well. Again, the grind never stops. Of course, Thursday I'll be covering, again, the Steelers take priority over this. Again, I'll be sure to send you guys elsewhere. For Thursday, again, I know there's a lot of Brewers fans here, so I'll be sure to send you to another high-quality play-by-play guy. And it'll probably be play-by-play with JJ. Keep crushing YouTube. Yeah, I don't get it. I know, it's frustrating. It's very frustrating. Need Sharks to chomp those Hurricanes. Pick up the first one of the season. Sharks need Rhino blood. Yeah, I'll be sure to check out what's happening in the hockey world after this inning. As here's the pitch that's sent foul. As this is Jake Bauers at the plate. It's 0-1. He's 0 for 1. Worry about the Blue Jays not having Bichette is tough too. Yeah, I know. I'm very surprised. Very surprised. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be in there, but not called a strike. So maybe that call helps the Brew Crew, as it's 1-1. College either big hit or a big miss. Gotta hope. Yeah. I actually will be covering college tomorrow, as well as here's the 1-1. That's going to be chopped foul. I mean, if there's, it is just, I'll be covering college tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. It's hit and miss, like you said, and I've experienced that. Taking a gamble, of course. Here's the 1-2. That is outside, and it's 2-2. Really, had it not been for the Brewers here, I would actually be covering college football right now. 2-2 count. Yamamoto kicks and deals. That's going to be popped up, and that's going foul. Yeah, pretty much if I had not, again, I know there's some Brewers fans here, but yeah, had I not really had the support of the Brewers, I actually probably would have foregone this NLCS. I wouldn't have covered it. Would not have covered it. Dodgers and the Phillies, I wouldn't have covered it or whatnot, as that's going to be in the dirt. And it's 3-2. Of course, again, I have a lot of Cubs subscribers. So pretty much this is for the subscribers. Honestly, that's how I view this. So again, appreciate you guys. 3-2 counts. Nobody on, nobody out. Yamamoto begins the windup and the pitch. And Bauer sends this to right. but Hernandez is under it to make the catch at the warning track for out number 1. Teased us a little bit. When it hits, it hits. Yeah, I know. It is. It is definitely. Just got to be careful. Just got to be careful on what you pick. Because it's all or nothing pretty much. Yamamoto faces Joey Ortiz here as Yamamoto delivers. That is outside, and it's 1-0, 88 on the splitter. Oh, and 1 count to Joey Ortiz. The pitch, that is low, and it's 2-0. Brew Crew needs to get those bats smoking. They need to. I mean, Bowers gave it a good ride. Just missed it, though. Just missed it. And it looks like Smith, the Fresh Prince of L.A., is having a little bit of a word here with Yamamoto. Team ERA in the regular season, starting pitchers, really good. I mean, 3.69 ERA for the regular season, 1.65 in the postseason. For the relievers, though, 4.27 for the Dodgers in the regular season, 5.91. So the the Dodgers bullpen is the weak link. Can the Brewers get Yamamoto out of the game? Again, we saw that last night. Snell dominated 8 innings, nothing. And then you put in a reliever, and, well, the Brewers were able to make some noise. Unfortunately, they weren't able to push it across, but that is the difference. How you feel after the 4-game Sunday? Oh, it was all right. I don't know if I do Sunday night again. We'll see. But, yeah, the Sunday night, I actually got no love there. It's okay, though. But the 3 streams, yeah, they were good. They were good. I felt all right. I was exhausted at the end. I might try it again. Here's the 2-0. That's going to be low, and it's 3-0, of course, against Steelers-Packers in 2 weeks. So I'll be doing 4 streams regardless. I don't know if there's a morning game that day. I couldn't tell you. But, yeah, I mean, we'll try it again. As here is the 3-0. That's going to be in there for a called strike, and it's 3-1. So I don't know. I might try it this week. We'll see what happens. No promises. But I can tell you at least 3. 3-1 counts to Joey Ortiz. Yamamoto rocks and fires. That is inside for ball 4. So Yamamoto walks him. Again, Yamamoto has been so good so far, and it's very interesting. After the 2-0 count, they must have seen something that Yamamoto wasn't right, because, again, he had been so solid. Then they had a mound visit in the middle of that bat. Didn't even matter. But, again, he's been so efficient, so good, and yet they decided to check on him. And, again, maybe for the right reasons, because he just walked a guy. This is Jackson Chourio. He's 1 for 2 with the home run. The pitch, that's a breaking ball outside, and it's 1-0. So 1-0 count. Yamamoto sets, kicks and deals. Chourio sends this to left, but that's right to Hernandez for out number 2. It's a line drive pretty much right to the left fielder. So 2 outs. And that will bring up Bryce Terang. So NFL and college till February after baseball. I think you're said do college basketball until baseball in April. Now I'll do college pretty much once I don't know. I'll look at it. But I'll do college basketball, I think, for the most part, from March till it ends. Really, that's a swing and a miss, strike 1. I'll do the March Madness stuff. I did a little bit of that. That's actually the first streams I did, March Madness, and it was hit and miss as well, but it was very fun. But that was me as with no subscribers really. As here's the 0-1. That's going to be low, and it's 1-1, so there is a market for it. And I might do some hockey as well. I downloaded all the NHL logos today, so might dip my toes into that a lot faster than I thought. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be a foul tip off the umpire, and it's 1-2. Curious, will you cover spring training baseball games, or do you wait for the season? I'll wait for the season. I won't be doing spring training for baseball. If I find NFL preseason boring, I will definitely find baseball spring training for boring. 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball called. Strike 3. He struck him out. We head to the top of the 6th. Dodgers leading 2-1 over the Brewers. I think college basketball will boost you up big time. Year 2 people can't do a lot of that. Yeah, I'll try. We'll see what happens. Again, I'll be doing a lot of the conference championships. Yeah, like I said, I did a little bit. Let me check out the scores real quick from across the hockey world. As again, I might be doing that very soon. You never know. Maple Leafs leading 4-2 over the Predators in the 3rd period. Kraken and the Canadians. Is that? Let me refresh here. I don't know if that's. I thought they were still. Okay, no. Okay, there we go. Maple Leafs leading the Predators 6-3 in the 3rd. Kraken leading the Canadians 4-3. Lightning and the Capitals 2-2. Golden Knights they trail to the Flames 2-0. And the Oilers have defeated the Rangers 2-0. I don't know why I can't speak all of a sudden. In the college football world, again, I know you guys have been bugging me about all this, especially, I'll get to that game here. Liberty, New Mexico State 2020. Again, everyone's been on my butt tonight pretty much about South Alabama and Arkansas State. The comments just low. Hey, how's it going over there? Well, I thought you said you'd check in on that. Well, I got to it now. So, again, just back off. South Alabama leading 7-3 over Arkansas State in the 3rd quarter. Florida International up 19-3 over Western Kentucky. That would be a huge upset. I mean, geez, So that is an upset there. Oh, I thought he had it there. Yeah, that's tough. Preseason. Yeah, preseason just, I don't know. I just can't do it. But again, those scores were brought to you by Coffee Beans, Eduardo Hernandez. Sorry, Cat and Hammer. Again, thank you, sir, very much for your support. But yeah, like I said, I have done college basketball already. I did 10 of them. I can, I guess, go and scroll all the way down here. But yeah, I did do it. Jeez, man. Definitely come a long way. Jeez, again, you can see where I was stealing thumbnails off the internet. That was great. Did the UFL. We'll be doing that. There's some more stuff. So there you go. Actually, again, technically I did this for fun at the end of last year. That didn't really go well, but, it is what it is. And then I'm like, okay, well, I'm not doing it because I wanted to try something else with YouTube. And then I got inspiration to try it again. And, yeah, you can see, again, this was me, with 20-something subscribers. Didn't really know how to market it, but we figured it out. There's that 1.1K views. That was a great game. That went into double overtime. So, yeah. No, that was fun. All right, here's the pitch to Freeman. Freeman sends this to right as Chorio is there to make the catch for out number 1. So, 1 pitch, 1 out to Freddie Freeman. But, yeah, I'll be doing college basketball in between, And then, of course, hockey. That'll be pretty much my gap between football, the Super Bowl, and then, opening day. And then again, there's still college football or college basketball happening. And then, of course, the UFL. I'll be doing the UFL. That was pretty fun. Got some good views again, with, not many subs. So definitely optimistic for year 2, for sure. But I really do say March, though. That's pretty much when I started this. Like, okay, I'm doing this. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. So 0-1. So, yeah, 7 months or 6.5 months right now. Definitely really happy with it. Much better than I thought I would do. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be outside, and it's 1-1, 96 on the fastball. This is Will Smith, the Fresh Prince of L.A. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Peralta sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be in there for a called strike, and it's 1-2. To Will Smith. Peralta sets, kicks and deals. That is a breaking ball outside, and it's 2-2 again. Brewers really need to win this game, and obviously you kind of like, well, duh, they need to win 4, but after this, they head to Los Angeles for 3 games in a row, and of course they lose the first 2, then it's over, so they don't have to worry about Game 5, as that's going to be caught on and found back, so definitely a must-win. And I know, I'm sure people are like, well, duh, everything's a must-win, but like this is actually a must-win game here for the Brewers. Dodgers, they're content. They'd be happy with the 1-1, I'm sure. They would love a 2-0 lead. As here's the 2-2. That's a chopper to third. Durbin with a nice play. Throws to first. Gets him by a step for out number 2. 2 away for the Doyers. As Peralta, looks like he might be able to finish. This after all. Look at you now, almost at 1,500 subs. Yeah, no, we're moving up. We're at like 1,450 right now, so pretty cool. Pretty cool. Max Muncy coming to the plate. He's 0 for 2. The pitch, that's inside. Actually, just caught the inside corner, but wasn't ruled that way, so it's 1-0. Yeah, appreciate it, Jay. Yeah, no, definitely moving on up. 1-0 count. Peralta sets, kicks and deals. That is low. And it's 2-0. What the heck, Brewers? Yeah, no, they just can't hit. Peralta looked good today. Yeah, other than the second innings, he's been pretty good. He's been very good other than that second. I'm sure he's going to be kicking himself as that's going to be inside, and it's 3-0 to Max Muncy. Brewers got me sad, Doc. Can't hit all of a sudden this series. Yeah. Well, I mean, they showed the graphic up there earlier that, again, the Dodgers have been great when it comes to starting pitching this series or this postseason. As here's the 3-0. That's going to be in there for a call strike, but they are terrible when they get to the pen. So that is the key of the Brewers. They got to knock out Yamamoto and attack that very weak bullpen of the Dodgers. 3-1 count. Peralta kicks and deals. That's going to be cut on and fouled back. And it's 3-2. Brewers need to generate runs, get offensive. They do. Chris, I see your pick'ems were very good this week, capping on the upsets. Yeah, I need to check that. I actually didn't check after I lost both games last night. I mean, come on. The Bills losing and then the Commies, Redskins. Unbelievable stuff in Monday night. 3-2 counts. Peralta sets and fires. That's a chopper, and that's going foul. One thing to remember, Dodgers are world champs last year, and honestly, they have so many good players. They do. They have a lot of great players. Dodgers defending their championship. And the Brewers are the best team in baseball this year. It's a good matchup here in the NLCS. The 3-2. Muncy sends this to center, and that sounded good off the bat. Leaping at the wall. That one is gone. Max Muncy with the solo shot. And the Dodgers lead 3-1 over the Brewers. Again, Muncy just cranked that. That is a toughie there. And it looks like that might be it for Peralta. Frelick gave it a good effort there, but no, nothing. Thanks, Trisk needed to make up some good ground, so I took a few chances. Yeah, He did very well. Z size. I know, that's tough. So Peralta gets a standing ovation. Not a bad performance. Again, 3 earned runs, 5 and 2/3. I guess it's a 4-point-something ERA, but still, kind of came out of nowhere. So a pitching change here in Milwaukee. Again, the Dodgers leading 3-1. Thank you guys so much for hanging out, since that's a really bright commercial in my face. Jeez, But yeah, make sure again to leave a like and of course subscribe to the channel if you do like what you hear and you haven't already subbed. But yeah, I cover the MLB, obviously. I cover the NFL and, of course, college football. So, yes, make sure to leave a like and subscribe today. It's fast and free and easy to do, folks. So, yeah, definitely sub. We are a fast-growing channel, 1,100 subs in the last 10 weeks. So, yeah, you're now 15 games back thanks to some poor choices and the loss of the week that I didn't save. Yep. I know Jay didn't expect them to win the series, but thought they could win a couple of games at least. Yeah. Definitely unfortunate. Yeah, 9-6. I kind of fell apart. That's unfortunate. Still leading by 4, but I don't know. I'm the content creator. I need to be way ahead. That's unacceptable. Unacceptable. So you guys have made up some ground in the last 2 weeks. Hammer. 16 right. I have 14 right. Chris has 16 right. Hey, Chris, you had a great week. Jeez. Trisk has 13. Okay, Trisk, well, you're not doing well at all. And then the real life one. I'm only ahead by 1. No, we can't do it. I always seem to choke. I swear. Every single year. I'm always ahead. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I get too good. Or I overthink things whenever I'm trying to pick NFL games. And then I just choke every single time. So I'll make my picks probably tomorrow. Going to go ahead and pick the Steelers, though. And I know the Steelers have struggled on Thursday night, but I have a good feeling about tomorrow or Thursday night. All right, this is Abner Uribe. He's facing Teoscar Hernandez. Here's the pitch right down the middle for a called strike. Don't look now. But Suriname, oh wait, hold on, I'm missing a lot more. What happened to the bottom? Oh, that was ahead of me, so I'm just going to keep it here. 0-1 count. Uribe delivers. That's a ground ball. Oh, it's off Uribe. Uribe scrambling. The ball throws. Oh, not happening as that's a pass ball. He's going to throw to second. Wait a second. What happened here? I don't know what just happened, but Hernandez was just jogging to second. Murphy's like, what the heck just happened? So I don't know. There's a little bit of a miscommunication here. What happened? Yeah, again, they were. It was pretty much ahead. So Uribe throws it to first. It was a good effort there by. Oh, it went out of play. I see. So then it bounced back into play. So yeah, there's a runner at second now. Never count the Brewers out, though. They like finding ways to win. Yeah, no, that's true. But yeah, Suriname might be qualified. That's actually amazing. Yeah, I saw that Guatemala and Honduras were at the bottom of their group. I'm like, what the heck? They are usually CONCACAF. They usually are at least competing, but now they're getting wrecked by the other countries in CONCACAF. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. I can't believe I was 7-5. Yeah, that's not good. I wish you lots and lots of subscribers. Thank you, Wendy. I appreciate it. Yeah, we are definitely a growing channel. 0-1 count. Uribe sets. There's a runner on at second, by the way, due to all the confusion here in 2 outs. I think it's already sick. Most fans already know who's going to go into the next series in both series. They can end them now and just move on. Oh, man, Mike, we can't have that attitude. I always pick against the Steelers. That accounts for 4 of my losses. Yep. They're looking good this year. That's going to be in there for a called strike. I think there's only 4 one-loss teams left, I think. Or am I wrong on that? I'd have to think. Steelers, Colts, Buccaneers, and I think I don't know, the Rams. Anyway, here's the 0-2. That's a swing and a miss. He struck him out. Tommy Edman goes down swinging. But the Dodgers do add another with Max Muncy with a solo shot here in the top of the 6th. The Dodgers lead 3-1 over the Brewers. And again, folks, make sure to hit the like button and, of course, subscribe to the channel for play-by-play with DrDelay. This is what I do. I call games. So, again, if you like the NFL, MLB, or college football, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. This is what I do. And, of course, feel free to chat down below. Talk about whatever you like. I try to respond to as many comments as I can. But, yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, we got college football. I know, most of you guys probably don't really know or care about many of these teams here, but we'll say them anyway. New Mexico State leading 27-20 over Liberty. I think they've just come back in that game. South Alabama leading 7-3 over Arkansas State. Florida International leading 19-6 over Western Kentucky. And then in the hockey world, the Kraken and the Canadiens, they are tied at 4 apiece with about 1:20 left in the third period. The Lightning Capitals actually are in overtime as it's 2-2 there. Gunsel, the former Penguin, with a goal. Hopefully he comes back. Would be nice, but probably not happening. The Flames leading the Golden Knights 2-0. The Wild and the Stars 0-0 in that one. The Maple Leafs 7, Predators 4. That was an exciting game. Geez, Oilers over the Rangers 2-0 in that one. Penguins starting in about 40 minutes or so. And then the Hurricanes and Sharks starting in about 10 minutes. Again, those scoring updates were brought to you by Coffee Beans and Eduardo Hernandez, Sorry Cat, and Hammer. Thank you again for your support. Do NFL games have sudden death overtime in the regular season? No, I don't know what the rules are. It's really stupid. Like, one team scores and then the other team gets a chance. But I don't know. They've changed it up now. It's really dumb. They should just do the college football overtime. I don't know why they don't. It's simple. It makes sense. I hate it. Tampa Bay is going to be top tier this year. Yeah, they look really good. They look really good. Let me go in and duplicate a tab, and we'll go over to the NFL and see what is happening here. Yeah, so 1, 2... Oh, the Packers. The Packers, the other one. Okay, that's right. Yeah, the Rams. Yeah, that's right. The Rams lost. Who did they lose to the other week? That was not a good team. They won this past week, but I thought they lost to a. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Yeah, honestly, I couldn't even tell you, Michael, what the rules are. It's really dumb. Here's the pitch. That's a chopper to third. Muncy has it. Throws to first. Out number 1. We're returning to action, and just like that. 1 pitch, 1 out. Yamamoto back on the mound as he's only had 66 pitches. Muncy, by the way, with 14 career postseason home runs. That's the most in Dodgers history, which is actually amazing considering how many great players they've had over the years. Here is the pitch to Yelich, as that's going to be in there for a called strike. It's 0-1. Think of the pressure for Baker going in, following Brady. Baker is I love Baker. Oh, I love Baker so much. Here is the 0-1. That's a big swing and a miss, and it's strike 2 to Yelich, who's 0 for 2 on the night. Yeah, Baker's done a great job there in Tampa. Big things for Tampa Bay. Here's the 0-2. That's going to be inside, and it's 1-2. Hey, Tampa Bay. 1-2 count. Yamamoto delivers. That's way inside, and it's 2-2 again for the Brewers here. They need to get something going. Again, the Dodgers leading 3-1 here in the bottom of the 6th. Yamamoto at 70 pitches. So he has been very, very efficient tonight. The 2-2. That's a chopper to second. And that's thrown to first for out number 2. Steelers look. Oh, yeah. Hey, we got Rodgers. He has been awesome. DrDelay, I'm not a Bengals fan. I like the Vikings, though they seem pretty blah this season. That's fair. That's fair. He is awesome. Baker is awesome. Here is the pitch to Andrew Vaughn. That's a breaking ball below the knees for a called strike. Yeah, the Vikings are kind of middle of the pack, I would say. They are definitely middle of the pack. Yamamoto delivers. That's going to be cut on and hit to right, but that is going foul, and it's 1-1. Lived in Tampa for a while. Okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah, no, I think Tampa Bay this year, pretty solid. 1-1 count here. Again, Yamamoto has been amazing. He has been just great. The 1-1, that's a swing and a miss, and it's a 1-2. As I'm seeing some Brewers fans now on their phones, they haven't given up, but they are definitely at a loss for words. 1-2 counts. Yamamoto delivers. That's going to be popped up, and that's going foul. Chargers have no defense, just like every year. Yeah, they just every year for the past 20 years. Yeah, the Chargers seemingly every single year since I've been like in junior high, like since I was like 12 years old. As here's the 1-2, that's going to be hit to right to the third baseman Muncy for out number 3. We head to the top of the 7th. Dodgers leading 3-1. But yeah, every it's like ever since the Phillip Rivers days, they've been like, oh, this is the year. The Chargers going to do it. Chargers going to come out of nowhere. You know, they have all the weapons. And it's the same thing this year. But there's still plenty of football left for the Chargers. But yeah, it just definitely seems like I don't know, it seems like the same old story. You know, the Broncos now are 4-2, but I don't really buy the Broncos, to be honest with you. I don't think they're that great. No offense to any Broncos fans here. So, DeLay, have you thought about the trade? Yeah, speaking of a Broncos fan, I have, and I'm definitely interested in it, Lancaster. I can tell you this. My only problem is that so Jordan Love is involved in the deal, folks, and I have Jordan Love slated as one of my keepers next year. That's a problem. That is such a huge problem for me. I don't want to let go of a guy that I have a lot of future value. So I'm really thinking on that. I don't know. It's a good deal. I don't know. I'm thinking I also want to keep in mind for my future as well. But I think Love is a keeper for me. So that's why I'm like leading. It's 51 no, 49 yes right now. I don't know. I have to sleep on it. Colts have been pretty impressive early. They have been impressive. I still don't think they've really played anybody, but again, all that they need to do is beat who's in front of them. But I don't know who the Colts play this week. Well, that'll be a good game, Colts and Chargers. Hey, you know, they were talking about both teams right now. Hello, Dr. Lee. Let's go. David pulling for the Dodgers. Hater, but Mike Evans. Mike Evans is not a keeper. Kamara is not a keeper either. Neither is Dobbins. That's the thing. Like, I'd be trading a keeper for nobody, and you know, that's the thing. That's the problem. So I'm still thinking about Timmy. It's not a no, but it's trending that way. Initially, when I saw it, like, man, it's not a bad deal at all. It's a pretty good deal. But again, you know, I really want to keep the future on the roster. So I don't know. I might hit you up with a counter. We'll see. Oh boy, Colts might run. No, they're not going to run over you guys. I don't like the overtime rules for the NFL either. Yeah, no, the NFL rules are really dumb. By the way, Jay, I think you might be behind if you're responding to that just now. I think you're behind a little bit, Jay. 4th round pick. We'll see. Like I said, I don't know. We'll talk this a little bit later. Are you going to the game Friday? Well, I see you there along with your brother. This is one of my folks. This is one of my fellow broadcasters that we go to the high school games with. Uribe sets and fires for Hernandez, as that's going to be upstairs, and it's 1-0. Hernandez is 1 for 2 on the night. He struck out, but he's also scored a run. So 1-0 count. Uribe sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be a big swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. to Kike Hernandez. The CT, yeah, you are. You have a lot of CTE. The CTEO. 1-1 counts. Uribe sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be in there for a call and strike. We should go live from the booth from YouTube. No, I can't do that. Everyone would leave. Like, what is this guy doing? Get him out of here. I'm unsubbing. DrDelay, a little too full of yourself here. One and two count to Kike Hernandez. Uribe sets, rocks, and fires. That's going to be cranked to left center. Deep left center. That's going to be bouncing in the warning track off the wall. Frelick is there to throw it in to second where Hernandez is there. And he does the dance, folks. Another dance. The dancing Dodgers. So a runner at second. There you're seeing the replay there now. I guess that's behind me all of a sudden, or I'm ahead. I don't know. So Hernandez at second with nobody out. This is Andy Pages showing bunt. Uribe sets, kicks, and deals. Showing bunt, pulls back. That is going to be in there for a called strike anyway. That was below the knees. Pages doesn't like the call. Pages 1 for 1 and was hit by a pitch. So this is actually his best game so far in the postseason. He has struggled. 0-1 count. Vaughn is creeping in. Durbin also creeping in. The bunt is down. What a bunt! Vaughn going to throw it to first for out number 1. Jeez, that bunt was very good. It's like you put backspin on it. But yeah, I'm assuming you're going, so we'll be able to talk more in person there. Maybe you'll be able to convince me or something like that, Lancaster. Looks like this is going to do it for Uribe as Murphy's coming to the mound. And Uribe is done. Or wait a second, or maybe not. Yeah, no, that's got to be it because they're heading to commercial break. Folks, again, appreciate you guys hanging out. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe for more play-by-play with DrDelay. This is what I do, folks. I call games. So, yeah, make sure, again, to like and subscribe if you like the NFL, MLB, or college football. This is what I call. Joseph going for the Doyers. Let's go, Doyers. Oh, los Dodgers están ganando 3-1. Yeah, no, the Dodgers trending to go up 2-0. So, yeah, that's very unfortunate. Again, a lot of my subs, probably a lot of people watching this game for me are Brewers fans. But, yeah, it is unfortunate. 62% of you guys believe the Brewers will win Game 2. Dodgers at 38%. This is not the way the script was written, at least not the one I sent in. I don't know if they're listening to your script there, Trisk. Again, members, feel free again to support your team in the comments. We got new emojis. Thank you again. That all is because, more members join, the more emojis I can have. So because of you guys, I was able to add, I added 2 more. And for this series, we have the Brewers and the Dodgers. Next time, of course, we'll see the new emojis for Steelers and the Bengals. I'll be sure to have a Bengals emoji in there. Yeah, and appreciate you guys for hanging out. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe if you like the play-by-play style that I offer. As we're returning to baseball here again, there's a runner on at first. No, pardon me, at second. No, at third. I was wrong every single time. There's a runner at third with 1 out. And Ashby, the new pitcher, as he will be facing Ohtani-kun. As Ashby with 5 2/3, he's allowed 3 earned, 5 walks, 5 hits. It has not been pretty for The Brewers. They've been using your scripts for most of the season. Oh, were they? Cubs fan, but I got to root for our division. Oh, yeah. Is that a record on total age of QBs? Is that the record on total age of quarterbacks for Bengals Steelers? I must have missed it there. I'm very sorry. Here is the pitch. That's going to be low for ball, and I'm lost there, Joseph. I'm not going to lie. What did I say? I can't remember. It's a 1-0 count here to Ohtani. Runner on third with 1 out. Ohtani, again, his last 6 games, 1 for 23, as that's a breaking ball in the dirt, and it's 2-0. But yeah, Ohtani again tonight, 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. He's looking to get something going. How's college football going on tonight? I'll check after this half inning here, Trisk. I'll take care of you, don't worry. Ashby sets, rocks, and fires. That's a chopper, and once again going foul. Ohtani making sure Contreras is A-OK. This is why I am here to go NL Central. Oh, yeah. I saw Liberty. Yeah, Liberty. Yeah, no, it's college football. 2-1. Ashby delivers. That is in there for a called strike, and it's 2-2 to Ohtani-kun. Again, he's 0 for 3 tonight. Thanks for letting you know. I forgot. Oh, you're good. I was just making sure, like, you were responding to things about a few minutes after. I'm like, I mean, I feel like you might be a little bit behind. Here's the 2-2. That's a chopper, and that is foul. I think Ohtani hit himself as he is a little bit groggy here. Flacco versus Rogers. That's like over 80 years total. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. The lot of age there. A lot of stats, a lot of touchdowns, a lot of wins combined on Thursday. 2-2 count. Ashby sets. Kicks and deals. That's popped up. Durbin trying to make a play, but that will land on top of the dugout. That will become a souvenir. So it remains at 2-2. Florida International and Western Kentucky. Why on a Tuesday? Not enough refs. No, it's part of what the Group of Five, some of the Group of Five conferences, like the Conference USA, American Conference, and the Sun Belt, they'll do it. Here's the 2-2. That's a ground ball, and that's going to get through for a base hit. An RBI single for Ohtani, and the Dodgers lead 4-1. And then, of course, there's Maction. Maction is huge. But, yeah, they'll do it for more exposure, and I think that's a great idea. I mean, why not? So the Dodgers now leading 4-1. Don't forget, today is the 250th birthday to the Navy. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, happy birthday to the Navy. That's cool. Here is the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Some American history there. Thank you, Christopher. Christopher, pretty much a sideline reporter for the channel. Always comes in with some breaking news updates. Thank you again, Christopher. That's a swing and a miss, and it's 0-2 to Mookie Betts, who was 0 for 2 himself. Trisk not happy. David very happy. Let's go Dodgers. 0-2 count. Runner on first, 1 out. Ashby sets and fires. That's going to be cranked to right, but that is going just foul. The Midlife Crisis Bowl brought to you all by the all-new 2026 Chevy Corvette. Yep, pretty much. I guess is that what Liberty and New Mexico State is? The Midlife Crisis Bowl. That's what I'm going through, I guess. 0-2 count. Ashby sets. Sets to Betts. Here's the pitch. That is upstairs, and it's a 1-2. Again, Betts is 0 for 2. He does have a walk. I did forget to mention that. October 13th, 1775 is the Navy birthday. Okay, that's cool. Here's the 1-2. That's going to be hit to right. And Chorio's there to make the catch as he'll throw it in for out number 2. 250 for the Marines. Okay. So it's pretty much everything here. Well, I imagine the Army's a little bit older, if I had to guess. The Navy is almost as old as their national leader. This guy. Marine. Oh, the Marine is November 10th, 17th. Okay. So they're almost at 250. Here's the pitch. That's a swing and a miss, as this is Freddie Freeman at the plate. Freeman is 0 for 3. October 13th was yesterday, yeah. I mean, it's belated birthday. Yeah, it's late. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be in there for a called strike, and it's 0-2. Oh, and 2 counts. Runner on first, 2 outs. Ashby sets. Looks over at first. And fires. That is low, and it's 1-2 to Freeman. October 13th was also the date from the first Black Ops game for the zombie map Moon, where the Earth gets nukes. Okay. I have played that map before, but on the Black Ops 3 version. Here's the pitch. That's going to be cut on and fouled back. The Zombie Chronicles. And at first, I had no idea what to do to get to the moon. I was lost. I always got wrecked at the beginning. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. It was rough. Anyway, 1-2 count here to Freeman. Runner on first, 2 outs. Ashby delivers. Breaking ball in the dirt, and the runner advances to second as Contreras didn't quite have the ball. So Ohtani swipes second. The count is 2-2. You see the pitch there. That's a swing and a miss. He struck him out. Freeman with the rough night. As we head to the bottom of the 7th, the Dodgers leading 4-1. Ohtani knocking in Kike Hernandez. Remember watching Marine Boy in 75. It's kind of like the Speed Racer. Yeah. I have no idea what Marine Boy is, though. All right, let's check out some scores from across college football, folks. Again, make sure to leave a like and, of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. This is what I do, folks. I call games. By the way, Trisk, I know you mentioned that the audio was a problem off camera, so hopefully it sounds a lot better tonight. Again, I did move everything around. I'm not saying that's the reason it should sound better or worse, but that is, well, it's just a fact. Okay, for hockey, let's see what's happening there. Looks like the Flames lead the Golden Knights 2-0 in the second period. The Stars leading the Wild 1-0 in the first. Hurricanes and the Sharks tied at 0 apiece in the first. The only game that hasn't started yet is the Penguins and the Ducks. All right, the Maple Leafs have defeated the Predators 7-4. The Canadiens over the Kraken 5-4. The Oilers over the Rangers 2-0, and the Capitals over the Lightning 3-2. Of course, that was in overtime, so the Lightning will get a point. And for the college football world, let's see here. Let's go and refresh. New Mexico State leading 27-23 over Liberty. 2-minute warning there. South Alabama leading 14-3 over Arkansas State, and Florida International leading 19-6 over Western Kentucky. Again, that is a huge upset if that holds. That is a huge upset as Western Kentucky's 5-1, Florida International 2-3. All right, let's see what we have here. Army 250, strike him out. Yeah, you got him. Ohtani hasn't sealed all too much this year. Oh, sealed this guy. Yeah, 60. Yeah, no, he's just not good. Only stole. I would say stolen. I would say stolen, yeah. Oops, time for a switch. Yeah. Switching up here, going to the bottom of the 7th. Arizona had a Navy once to fight California for the Colorado River early last Really? I didn't know that. How's the all new it's the Utah Mammoth. It should be the Yeti, but it's not. All right, we are working our way back as Frelick comes to the plate. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside for ball one. See, that's pretty far behind. I'm going to have to reset it. It is what it is. As Frelick is 1 for 2 on the night. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Jeez, Yamamoto kicks and deals. That's a breaking ball. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Yamamoto, again, only at 79 pitches. He has been very, very, efficient. As Yamamoto delivers, that is upstairs, and it's 2-2. MLB The Show, the Cincinnati Reds are playing the Brewers in the NLDS 2026. Giants are playing the Phillies. Okay, that sounds neat. 2-2 counts. Here's the pitch. That's a ground ball up the middle, but Betts is there. Throws to first for out number 1. Steelden, I'm a math guy. This guy, I would say stolen. I would say he has not ever stolen a lot. All right. 1 out for the Brewers. Stepping in is Caleb Durbin. Here is the pitch. That's a breaking ball in there for a called strike. And it's 0-1. Durbin on the night is 0 for 2. And it's been a rough night for the Brewers once again as Yamamoto delivers. That's in there for a called strike. Just like that, it's 0-2. Again, the Brewers scored their 1 run with the leadoff home run, Jackson Churio. And ever since then, it's been nothing doing. Here's the 0-2. That's a ground ball up the middle. But Edman is there and throws to first for out number 2. So 2 outs. I believe that should be Bowers at the plate, if I recall. Yeah, this is Bowers. So for 2. You can do a pull-up? Yeah, I don't think I do a pull-up anymore. I'm too big now, as that's going to be outside for ball 1. I was never a strong guy to begin with. Now I've put on some weight. Yeah, no, I can't do it. The 1-0. That's going to be outside, and it's 2-0 to Bowers. I need to get back into shape. I really do. I was an athlete at one point, folks. I really was. 2-0 counts. Yamamoto rocks and fires. That's going to be in there for a called strike. 96 on the outside corner. Yamamoto, by the way, at 87 pitches. So again, he could come out there for the 8th for sure. As Yamamoto delivers, breaking ball in there for a called strike on the outside corner. Joseph Brosov, I love asking my class when they see it for the first time what 5 means. See what it is they always do. I yell 5 as loud as I can. Oh, yeah, 5 with an exclamation. Well, yeah. Here is the 2-2, and that's going to be chopped to second. Tosses to first for out number 3. We head to the top of the 8th. Dodgers leading 4-1. No, it's not a factorial. So what he does, he will write, and again, I was his student, so what he will do is he would write the number 5, on the board, and then he'll, put the exclamation point. He's like, what is that? And it's like, everyone's like, he'll just say, I don't know, like, because we're kind of confused by it. And then he will just say, like, he'll yell it. He would yell the number 5. I don't want to yell. Okay. 5! Like, that's... That is what he would do. 5. Like, he would just yell the number 5. That's what he would do. I know it's kind of weird and cringe, but I just did it. All right. Athletes, what this guy? I pitched in high school, knew by my senior that I was not going to play sports, though. Yeah, it's always a tough one for, people that played sports. Like me, I don't know. I just didn't know how to really apply. I could have easily played Division II, and I know that's not much. I could have played Division II college tennis. I could have, and maybe worked my way up to Division I. I really could have, but unfortunately, I just didn't really know what to do. And the only reason I know this is because my tennis partner was offered a Division II scholarship, and I was way better than him. So, yeah, I easily could have played Division II college tennis, but I didn't. And I just didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to promote myself. It's one of the things where it is what it is, And again, I wouldn't have, been a pro or anything. Though I did. I mean, I only played for 3 years, and I felt like I picked it up pretty quickly. But it is what it is. And, of course, I felt like I was pretty good at soccer, too. So you never know if they had a soccer team. Could have tried out for the soccer team. But I was a righty sidearmer who threw a knuckleball sidearm. That's pretty cool, and I had a decent success with it, but people caught up to me. Oh, yeah, I gotcha. But both are bad for pull-ups. This guy. I pitched horseshoes in high school. I was pretty good, but not good enough. I get the... Yeah, no, it is a factorial. You're correct, but that's what... But yeah, that's what he would do. He would literally just have us all confused, like we have no idea what you're talking about, and then that's what he would do. But yeah, no, you are correct, Joseph. That is a factorial. Casting shade on your tennis partner. No, he was good. No, he was good. I'm just saying I was better. I was completely better. Everyone knew that except for him. So it is what it is. All right, we have a new pitcher for the Brewers. More on him in a second as the Fresh Prince of L.A. is at the plate. Here's the pitch. That's going to be cranked to right center, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. So 1 pitch, 1 single for the Dodgers, and the Dodgers are not done. This is Tobias Myers, the new pitcher for the Brewers. In the regular season, had a 3.55 ERA, so not too shabby, but already 1 pitch, 1 out. Dr. Lake could have played D1 soccer and D2 tennis. Well, thank you for the kind words, but, I guess we'll never know. Like I said, I never knew how to promote myself. In the growing age of social media, I didn't have a phone or anything back then either, so that's going to be upstairs. But it's called a strike. I didn't have a phone in high school. I didn't know how to... I never took a computer class. So, yeah, unfortunately, I mean, woe is me, I get it, but I was kind of at a disadvantage. 0-1 count. Myers looks over at first, kicks and deals. That's going to be a swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. 5 factorials, 20, I thought. I honestly don't recall factorials. Is it 5 times? Oh, 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. 120. There we go. There you go. I forgot what a factorial even was, to be honest with you. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. That is upstairs, and it's 1-2. Sounds like a middle reliever. Myers, yeah. 1-2 count again. Muncy is 1 for 3 with a home run tonight. Myers sets and fires. That is upstairs, and it's 2-2. Myers fires. Two and 2 counts. Runner on first, nobody out. Myers kicks and fires. That is low, and it's 3-2 to Max Muncy. Teoscar Hernandez is up at the plate. He also is homer tonight, so the Dodgers bringing up some hot bats in the lineup. The 3-2, that is low and away. That one never had a chance. Ball 4. And the Dodgers now have runners on first and second with nobody out, with Teoscar Hernandez coming to the plate. So, yeah, that is not good. Well, really forgetting all that fun math. Do you remember the quadratic formula song? Yeah, I don't. As here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to right, but that is going foul. Yeah, I'm sorry. Like I knew I wasn't going into a field that needed advanced math. Let's just say that. So once you added letters to it, I felt like there was nothing for me to do here. This is coming from the son of a math teacher. So I know that's terrible. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be in there for a called strike. And I took calculus. I got up there to calculus, and I said I was done. I took a semester of it in high school. I'm good. Took pre-cal my junior year. Took college algebra my senior year and calculus at the same time. And I was like, yeah, I'm good. I don't need to do it. Don't need to do it. 0-2 count as Hernandez did ask for time. Runners on first and second. Nobody out. Myers looks back. Myers sets and fires. That's chopped and that's going foul. Let's see here. The way these home games are going, should the Brewers save the Chow money? Oh, my goodness. I don't know about that, Brad. It is tough, though. Last winter when Hernandez was a free agent, I really wanted him to sign with the Reds. Obviously, he stayed in it. Yeah, no, he's really good. He's really good. Here's the 0-2. That's going to be hit to right, and that's going foul. I remember the quad solve. Oh, yeah, I remember that. The quad solve. That's legendary. Actually, for some reason, I looked that up a few years ago, too. I remember that. I showed it to my wife. She thought it was neat. 0-2 counts. Myers sets. Kicks and deals. That is in the dirt, and it's 1-2. Had some good math teachers that showed me some real passion with the subject, kind of got me into it, the language of the universe. Yeah, well, you probably would have liked Trisk. Trisk was a great math teacher. Never took calculus until college, and I was scared to death. Math was not my strong suit. Yeah, calculus, I mean, I don't know. It is what it is, I guess. If you need it, you need it. If you don't, I don't think you should take it. Here's the 1-2. That's going to be chopped to third. Durbin can only throw it to first. Was he? He was out. It was close. As Hernandez, again, he books it. You think aliens can be... Okay, that's getting a little bit out there. I don't really buy into aliens, I guess. I'll just go ahead and say that right there. The Dewey Decimal System. What is that? That sounds somewhat familiar. I don't know if I'm misremembering. I forgot all those songs. After Zeppelin, my head ran out. This guy. This guy loves Led Zeppelin. This is Tommy Edman. Here's the pitch. That is upstairs. And it's 1-0 to Tommy Edman, who's 1 for 3 on the night. Again, runners on second and third. I just hit my hand. That really hurt, but it is what it is. With just 1 out. The quote from Golly. Oh, I didn't even know that. That's going to be a grounder, and that's going to get through for a base hit. 1 run's going to score. Churio throws, and they're going to hold the other runner at third. But now the Dodgers are up 5-1 with runners on the corners. And it's trending to be a Dodgers victory. Of course, Trisk brings up... Yeah, why not, Trisk? Go ahead. ETs, I guess... Oh, my gosh. I'm going to just... Trisk, why are you like this? Conjunction junction, once your function. Yeah, no, loved Schoolhouse Rock. My dad showed me... we had DVD. I actually preferred more of the historical stuff with the United States. I feel like they should show those to the kids now. I don't know. There'd be more of an appreciation, I think. People would be more patriots now, I think, if everyone had that. But, not so much anymore. You can be proud of your heritage, but again, we I don't know. Not to get too much into that, but I'm just saying, like I'm Hispanic. Like, yeah, do I pull for Mexico in the World Cup? Yes, I do. But I mean, whenever the United States plays Mexico, I mean, I'm all United States. I do. That's just it. Here is the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. And of course, I have a little bit of Germany and Italy, and I don't really feel like I'm connected to them, but I pull for them as well. 0-1 count here to Kike Hernandez. Runners at the corners with just one out here in the top of the eighth. Myers sets and fires as that's a swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Thank you for the stream. Oh, thank you, George. Again, yeah, you might be heading out because the Dodgers are pulling away, and yeah, it's not looking good. 5-1. Of course, if you're a Dodgers fan, it is looking good. Here's the 0-2. That is upstairs, and it's 1-2. Space aliens. Yeah, I would say they would also be. Oh my gosh. 1-2 count to Kike Hernandez. Myers sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be hit to right, and that's going foul. And once again, it's 1-2. 5-1, 51, Area 51. This guy. Of course, David loves it. Let's go Dodgers. Yep. Dodgers fans are loving it. Again, they are trending to be up 2-0 in the series. As here's the pitch. That's going to be inside, and it's 2-2. And again, we still got 3 games, potentially 3, and I don't want to say it's going to be a sweep or anything, but, the Dodgers have the next 3 games in Los Angeles. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit, and that, again, is going to be spoiled and fouled back as it's 2-2. Yamamoto, he's in the lower 90s. I'll check for you, Jay, after this half inning. Love World Cup. Croatia had a great team a couple years ago. Germany embarrassed Brazil that one year. Yep. Oh, I love the World Cup. Love it. Again, I'll probably cover that on the channel as well next year. That's another thing in the middle of baseball season that'll be happening. That could really help the channel a lot. 2-2 count. Myers looks over at first. Sets, kicks, and deals. That's a breaking ball upstairs, and it's 3-2. World Cup Soccer Allegiance, USA, Mexico, Italy, Netherlands, Germany, and sometimes Canada, Japan. What? I have no idea what you're talking about. Or is that who you cheer for? Yeah, I always cheer for Japan as well. Three and two count. Myers sets. Runners on first and third with one out. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low for ball 4. And Myers has walked them loaded. Curacious uniforms. Yeah, with the red checkers. Yeah, that checkered board looking. That's pretty neat. Oh, David's. Oh, yeah, the sweep. Yeah. The next 2 games are all they need. Yeah, Brad and David are all about right now the Dodgers sweeping the Brewers right now. I mean, the Brewers don't have an answer for the starting pitcher of the Dodgers, as that's going to be a broken bat, but that's going foul. This is Andy Pages at the plate. He's 1 for 1. Hit by pitch and a sac bunt. Japan's always fun. Oh, yeah, they are. Are you a fan of the Baseball World Classic? Not really, but I may cover that as well. I did watch a little bit of the last one. That was pretty exciting. It's a neat idea. They just need to market it better, I think. 0-1 counts as Myers sets and fires. Pages fouls this back, and it's 0-2. Again, it's bases loaded with 1 out. The Dodgers have already scored 1. But right now, the Dodgers looking like they may be adding to this 5-1 lead. Looks like Pai is going to ask for time here. Again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Again, I know there's a lot of competition out there covering this game, so I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me as they show the longest droughts reaching the World Series. The Mariners, of course, have never made it. The Pirates in second, Brewers in third, the Orioles in fourth. And that sounds about right, as that's going to be low for ball 1. It does shock me, though. Again, the Brewers have been not too shabby here in the 21st century. It seems like every single time, every few years, back then I would pay attention to the Pirates. They were always bad, as that's going to be cranked to left and this will be playable. Ortiz is going to make the catch. He's going to turn and look, and he's going to throw it in. Keeps Muncy at third. But, yeah, no, I feel like the Brewers are always in it. They seemingly have a great team. It's always shocking that they just can't seem to overcome it. Right now, again, they're in the NLCS, but it's not looking good. Wish they didn't do it during spring training. Is that because the players not playing? I'm glad we have to wait up till 3 a.m. to watch games. Oh, for the World Cup? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's always annoying when it's on the other side of the world. Yeah, that's always a bummer. Like Qatar, that was a mess. And I think that was totally rigged as well. Mariners are 2 wins away from the World. Yeah, no, they are looking really good. Reds have not been to the World Series since 1990, though they swept the A's, who were picked to win that year. That's nice. That must be nice. I don't know. I'd like to see the Pirates. I'd like to see the Pirates go to the playoffs. I think that's my bar with them. Hey, we're just the Cleveland Browns of the NFL. That's what the Pirates are. I'm trying to think of this Led Zeppelin song. Darn it, can't remember the name of the song. I don't know, Lewis. I'm sorry. I don't know too much about Led. I mean, I know who he is and what genre of music, but that's pretty much it. Folks, again, appreciate you guys hanging out. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe for more play-by-play with DrDelay. This is what I do, folks. I call games. So, again, if you like said games like MLB, like NFL, like college football, make sure to leave a like and, of course, subscribe to the channel because we are a growing channel, folks. I'm not kidding. We have 1,100 subs in the last 10 weeks. We are trending in the right direction. We are going to have success. It's just a matter of time. So definitely subscribe today. It's fast and free and easy to do, folks, as we are in a pitching change. Yamamoto, by the way, at 89 pitches, so that's actually less than I thought. Check out some scores across the college football world. Apparently, Liberty did defeat New Mexico State. They came back and won 30-27. Florida International defeating Western Kentucky they were up over Western Kentucky 25-6. South Alabama 14, Arkansas State 12. And in the hockey world, let's see. Okay, it is updated. Flames up 2-1 over the Golden Knights. Stars leading 2-0 over the Wild. Hurricanes and the Sharks 0-0. Robert Gasser going to be the new pitcher for the Brewers. We'll go ahead and cut away here. Okay, I guess we'll go ahead and click that off and click it on. Wax on, wax off, click on, click off. All right, Ohtani at the plate, bases loaded. Gasser sets and fires. That's a swing and a miss. And it's strike one. Spend none again. Yep, that's the Pirates. Losers. Pirates fan here, folks. I'm an idiot. Here's the pitch. That's going to be cut on and fouled off. On my screen over here, it's reversed. So I'm literally like, what the heck? But yeah, Pirates. You're like, what the heck is that guy doing? 0-2 count here to Ohtani-kun, who is 1 for 4 on the night. Brewers fans rising to their feet, trying to get behind Gasser. Gasser sets, kicks, and deals. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. The Dodgers strand the bases loaded. They do score one, however. Apparently, this is just not communicating anymore with me. So we head to the bottom of the 8th inning, and the Dodgers leading 5-1. Going to California is the Led Zeppelin song I'm thinking of. Oh, this guy. Yeah, well, definitely going to California. Yeah, no, the Brewers and Dodgers definitely going to California very, very soon. Again, folks, I do apologize. Won't be able to cover Game 3 of the series or Game 4. Game 3, I'll be doing the Steelers-Bengals. Steelers do take priority of over every game on the channel. And then Game 4, I will not be home. I won't be home that day as I'll be covering a local high school, and I will be calling the game for that team. So I won't be able to cover. We'll cover Game 5, though. Again, hopefully there is a Game 5 for the Brewers. But yeah, they should be. Again, I do think the Brewers are very solid. They've just struggled against starting pitching. As Yamamoto, again, 7 innings, has only allowed one run, and that run came at the beginning of the game, folks. So it was definitely, it's been a while since the Brewers have had a lot of success. He has 5 strikeouts, of course. But yes, folks, again, if you haven't done so, make sure again to leave a like and, of course, subscribe to the channel, because this is what I do. I call games. So again, if you like the style that I offer, it's more of the traditional radio style broadcast. Make sure to hit a like and, of course, subscribe to the channel. It's free. You won't have to pay me anything. You spend nothing, but you get something. You get more sports content. Here we go, Steelers. Oh, yeah. I'm assuming those are lyrics, Steve. And again, I have no idea. No idea. I'm lost when it comes to music and movies and anything pop culture. I am not in the loop. So, here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Hey, we're looking good. We may be 5-1. We're just waiting for this commercial to end, pretty much. Looks like Ortiz will be due up for the Brewers whenever we do return to action. Of course, I do have a poll, and now it's probably skewed a little bit because the game has pretty much, it's nearing its conclusion. But the Brewers at 55%, Dodgers at 45%. Looks like we are returning to action. Looks like 3D now is ahead of me. It's been ahead of me. It's been behind me. I don't know. It is what it is. But Yamamoto, again, has been very good. He's been attacking the zone. He's been using that splitter a lot as Yamamoto delivers. That's a breaking ball in there for a called strike. So that was pitch number 90 for Yamamoto, as he begins the windup and the pitch. That's going to be cut on and fouled back. And very quickly, it's 0-2. So this is actually Isaac Collins at the plate. So Ortiz is done. Collins grabbing a bat, trying to get something going for the Brewers. Yamamoto kicks and deals. That is outside. And it's 1-2. 90 on the gun. 1-2 count here to Isaac Collins as Yamamoto sets, rocks, and fires. That's a chopper, and that's going foul. 90 on the splitter. Yamamoto loves the splitter. It's been fooling the Brewers tonight. If anyone told me the top of the NFL standings would be what they are today at the beginning of the season, 100% would not believe it. Oh, yeah. For sure. Here's the 1-2. That's going to be called strike 3. He struck him out. Down goes Collins. Dodgers solve their middle reliever problem. Just don't use them. Oh, yeah. What are you watching on? I'm watching on TBS, but my internet, it's really the internet. I use it on I use YouTube TV, and it's a little bit behind at times. Sometimes I'm good, sometimes I'm not. That's just the way it is, unfortunately. Yamamoto faces Churio. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a chopper to third. Muncy is there. He throws to first for out number 2, and the Brewers are down to the last 4 outs. If you ever get a chance to listen to the Steve Miller Band in the wintertime, love that. Okay. We'll see. Like I said, I don't really listen to much. But yeah, Joseph, in the AFC, it's pretty much like the 2000s. The Colts leading their division, the Chargers leading the division, the Steelers leading the division, and the Patriots. That sounds like the 2000s. All is good in the NFL now. Here's the pitch. That's going to be chopped, and that's going foul. So, yeah, that sounds good to me. That's the NFL I grew up with. The Chargers dominating the West. The Steelers, Ravens always were the teams. In the South, it was always the Colts. In the East, it was always the Patriots. It's a ground ball to second. Oh, what a sliding stop by Edman. Throws to first for out number 3. Terang and the Brewers can't catch a break. We head to the top of the 9th for our final inning, most likely, of this game. Dodgers leading 5-1. Let's see here. The Brewers, Bucks, and Packers should get together and list the top 10 playoffs. Oh, my gosh. Jeez. It sounds, yeah, I guess when you think about it, yeah, Wisconsin has had. But again, the Packers, of course, they pretty good. 4-time Super Bowls, they that comes when you're a good team, you're always in the playoffs. That's how it goes. Of course, the Steelers have had a lot of chokes over the years as well. Yeah, a full game. Well, we thought the same thing with Snell yesterday, but then they yanked him for no reason. Singer D'Angelo died from cancer at the age of 51 today. Well, I'm very sorry to hear that. I'm not familiar with him, but yeah, of course, any death is very sad. Let's see here. We'll check over some, again, some NHL scores. Then we'll go to college football real quick. Again, this is brought to you by Coffee Beans. Eduardo Hernandez, Sorry Cat and Hammer. Thank you again, folks, for your support. All right. Penguins, Ducks, they are just now getting underway. Flames leading over the Golden Knights 2-1. The Stars leading over the Wild 2-0. Hurricanes and the Sharks, they're tied at 0 apiece. The Maple Leafs defeating the Predators 7-4. The Canadiens over the Kraken 5-4. Oilers over the Rangers 2-0. And the Capitals leading defeated the Lightning 3-2. And then in the college football world, Liberty over New Mexico State 30-27. Florida International leading over Western Kentucky 25-6, and South Alabama leading 14-12 over Arkansas State with 2 minutes to go in that one. Let's see, 4 runs in the ninth to force extra innings. Most of the games that I've listened to this year were really close for extra innings. Okay, there you go. Very 2000s. I wish it was early 2000s, but the early with the Raiders, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, the Raiders, I don't know. When I was young, it was the Niners or the Cowboys till Favre and the Packers blew it up, yeah. That was, I'm assuming the 90s, the late 80s, early 90s. No, yeah, the 90s. The Cowboys weren't good in the 80s. Let Me Breaks is my favorite Led Zeppelin song. 11-0, we don't talk about 2020. That was a disaster. Old Packers were great in the 60s. The impossible meltdown against Seattle, kicking a field goal to lose to Brady. Yeah, that one, 2014 was unbelievable. I remember that was yesterday. All right, here is the pitch. Oh, and it plunks Betts. First pitch, and you'll see it right here, as that one's now behind me all of a sudden. So Betts just got wrecked. Gasser gassed Betts there. Well, Betts will trot on down to first. That seems interesting. Again, first pitch. Well, anyway, Freddie Freeman will be coming to the plate. Betts was already bracing for impact. Jeez, So Freeman again coming to the plate. Runner on first, nobody out. Here's the pitch. That's a swing and a miss. Strike one. Looks like Yamamoto will be going out there for the ninth inning, and I think that's the correct decision. Vesia is warming up just in case. Freeman is 0 for 4. Here's the pitch. That's cut on and sent to left, and that will become a souvenir. If the Dodgers score more runs, it's probably over, yeah. 49ers with Montana, then Steve Young. Troy Aikman was their rival at the end of the Niner era. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Cowboys pretty good in the early 90s, and then ever since then, it's been a nothing doing, and that's all. That's good. That is very good. 0-2 count. Gasser sets. Looks over at first. Kicks and deals. That's going to be outside, and it's 1-2. I was born in 96, late 96. They won the last Super Bowl January 31st of 96. So pretty much I am the reason the Cowboys aren't successful anymore. So keep me alive, folks, and the Cowboys will have no success. Here's the 1-2. That is outside, and it's 2-2. Does Betts usually wear an... no, I don't know. He wasn't wearing one there. That was kind of odd. 2-2 count to Freeman as Gasser sets. Rocks and fires. That is outside, and it's 3-2. Bondo was warming up early. Oh, okay. There it was Vesia. Anthony Bondo, the former Pirate. 3-2 count the pitch. That's going to be hit, and that's going to get through for a base hit. And I'll tell you what, I think Betts is going to go to third. Freeman going to second, and oh, that's aggressive, and he gets there. And Freeman does the dance. The dancing Dodgers have runners on second and third with still nobody out. Oh, man. Looks like the Dodgers going to go ahead and put Smith on, so the Fresh Prince of LA will not get an at-bat here. He'll head on down to first. Are you thinking that was intentional there, Joseph? The hit by pitch? Chuck Norris was born on the day before the Nazis surrendered the outside. Oh, really? Well, there you go. So, Chuck Norris and I pretty much one and the same. Doing good for the world. As Muncy steps up to the plate, he's 1 for 3. Of course, he has a home run. Bases loaded, nobody out. Here's the pitch. That is outside. 1-0. Giants Eagles have been the dominant teams in the NFC over the last 20 years, but the Eagles always sort of surge and then fall away and then come right back. Yeah, I agree with you with the Eagles. Giants, not so much. I disagree on the Giants part here. Here's the 1-0. That's a swing and a miss. And it's 1-1. To me, the Giants are the biggest flukes that have happened in the 21st century. I mean, 07, random run there that they just got hot. And again, they've been nothing pretty much until 2011. Same thing. Random run theirs. That's going to be in there for a call strike. Not to disrespect the Giants fans here. I'm just saying. I mean, Eli literally only won playoff games in 2 of his, 17 years? And then Daniel Jones won 1, and it's been it. That's it. Nothing doing for the Giants. Here's the 1-2. That's a swing and a miss. He struck him out. So 1 out now for the Dodgers. The dancing Dodgers. Again, there's bases loaded here now. Apparently there's going to be a mound. It says, yep, Murphy is going to go to the pen. So they're going to call on Grant Anderson to try to get the double play or just, again, trying to keep them at 5-1. So a pitching change underway here again. Just another one. It's been the NFC East. Oh, okay, you're good. That's fair. Yeah, no, the Redskins, they've been pretty much atrocious my whole life, pretty much since, Redskins have been terrible. And then the Cowboys have been pathetic. Yeah, the Cowboys have also been pathetic as well. The winning dancing Dodgers. That's fair. Yeah, the dancing Dodgers. I wonder if anyone has coined that term, the dancing Dodgers. I'll never get credit for it, if that's a thing. But yeah, again, the Dodgers leading 5-1. Again, bases loaded, 1 out, and Grant Anderson will be the new pitcher. But again, appreciate you guys hanging out. Make sure, again, to leave a like and, of course, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Hopefully you like the style that I offer here. It's more of a traditional style broadcast, folks. So if you do like that old traditional radio style, make sure to like and subscribe. Also, feel free to comment down below. Talk about whatever you'd like. I try to respond to as many comments as I possibly can. And I do feel bad. Abraham Lincoln helped to name Led Zeppelin. Oh, really? I didn't know that, bud. That's interesting. But yeah, feel free to definitely subscribe. It is completely free to do so. And again, all you're going to get is more sports content on your YouTube feed. 14-point Super Bowl dogs versus Brady. I literally lost my hair in a bet on that one. Oh, yeah. That's tough. You had long hair back then. Okay. NFC has been sort of a flip. Oh, yeah, no. To me, the NFC, that's why I can never really give Drew Brees a lot of credit. A lot of people say Brees was... Now, again, in saying that, Rodgers only has one as well, but I still have a lot more. I think I hold Rodgers... Yeah, he's much higher on the list all-time than Brees. A lot of nonsense that Brees was better than Rodgers, Manning, and Brady, but that is just simply untrue. To me, I put Ben over Brees. Of course, the stats will never show it, as that's going to be outside for ball one. But again, if Ben also had number 32 ranked defenses and played in the Dome, I guarantee you he's thrown for 5,000 yards every single year. Every single year down there in New Orleans, so... But that is a separate topic for another day, as that's going to be a chopper to third. Durbin has it. There's 1 and 2, a double play. And the Brewers keep it a 4-run game. As we head to the bottom of the 9th inning, this is it for the Brewers. One last opportunity. And again, they're sending out Yamamoto. But yeah, no, the NFC was just a flip-flop, pretty much. Yeah, any team would just randomly do well, and that's why I credit again the AFC. I mean, they were dominant. You know, the Patriots, Colts, and pretty much it was Brady, Manning, and then Ben. You know, that was pretty much the AFC, and then you threw in Flacco, had one nice run there. I guess he got hot at the end. Flacco and Eli, to me, are pretty much the same quarterback. I mean, they weren't really that great. They just got hot. So making sure, yeah, okay, the players are kind of... But yeah, like I said, folks, make sure, again, to like and subscribe. Tomorrow, probably covering college football. And then Thursday, I'll be doing Steelers-Bengals. So, again, I'll make sure to send you guys, or I'll put it in my post section, where you guys can find this game on YouTube. Again, I'll send you to a very great play-by-play guy in play-by-play with JJ. I'm very certain he is doing that game. And yeah, and again, I'll be sure to get you guys some coverage in case you're not able to watch it. That's pretty much what I do, folks. Again, if you're not able to watch the game, or you're just looking for an alternative voiceover, that is pretty much what I do for baseball and football. So definitely subscribe if you haven't done so already. Brees would have had another visit if it weren't for that probably worse no call. You're saying ring? Visit. Oh, yeah. The Rams. Yeah, 2018. No sympathy there, because the Steelers and the Saints played earlier that year, and that was a horribly officiated game. No one remembers it, of course, because no one cares about the Steelers. But in 2018, the Steelers went to New Orleans and outplayed the Saints. Now, they were kind of outcoached because Tomlin is an idiot. But no, the Steelers won that game. But again, a lot of terrible no calls or calls against the Steelers happened, and that pretty much eliminated the Steelers from the playoffs that year. If the Steelers got in the playoffs in 2018, I think they would have done a lot of damage. They were a great team. But, so yeah, no sympathy. I'm sorry. The Saints messed over the Steelers. The Rams and the refs messed over the Saints. It is what it is. I have no sympathy for Breezy boy there. I did like him, but just based on how people view him now, it's turned me against him, I guess. But that's not necessarily the case. Here is the pitch to Contreras, as that's going to be inside, but it's called a strike. That one was well inside, but not according to the umpire. 0-1 count here, as Contreras is going to ask for time the entire 80s except for 1 year, half the 90s. Yeah, no, the NFC dominated the 80s and the 90s. Yep, they won like 13 out of 14 or something like that. Here is the 0-1. That's going to be low, and it's 1-1. Thanks for streaming the game. You're very welcome, bud. Thank you again for tuning in. I really do appreciate that. I really do appreciate you guys. Like I said, I have the best subs. I really do. I have the best subscribers on all of YouTube. You guys are great. And I really do appreciate you guys for tuning in and chatting it up. I really do appreciate talking to you guys. It makes it fun, as that's going to be hit to right, and that's going to go foul. So Yamamoto now at 100 pitches. Again, he is expected to finish, albeit, again, if he gets a little roughed up here. then that would not be the case. But 1-2 count as Yamamoto begins the windup and the pitch. That is high, and it's 2-2. But yeah, no, I enjoy talking to you guys. Even if we don't always agree, that's okay. You guys are awesome. And just chatting sports, it makes it enjoyable. Now, once we talk about non-sports things, like, okay, well, I don't know much about all that. As here's the 2-2, that's going to be chopped foul. Like, yeah, Led Zeppelin, don't really know much about him. Other than, he obviously was a music artist and was in the rock genre. That's it. And he's old. I don't know. He might be dead. I actually don't even know, to be honest. I don't even know. 2-2 count. Yamamoto kicks and deals. That's going to be popped up, and that's going foul. Breeze wasn't really a big winner then. Always had the big numbers and stuff, but just no real. Yeah, that's kind of my argument. Again, in the NFC, where there's no true dominant team, like in the AFC, where you had Brady, Manning, and Ben, no one really took advantage. Here's the 2-2. That's going to be sent to center. And that is going to be caught for out number 1. So just like that, the Brewers are down to the last 2 outs. This is Christian Yelich at the plate as Yamamoto kicks and deals. That's a breaking ball outside, and it's 1-0. Yelich is 0 for 3 on the night. Yamamoto at 105 pitches. 1-0 count. Yamamoto delivers. That's going to be cut on and fouled back, and it's 1-1. 1-1 is the count to Yelich as the Brewers try to stay alive. Everyone's standing, but not really much noise is being made. Here's the 1-1. That's a chopper right to Yamamoto. Tosses to first for out number 2. And the Brewers are down to their final outs. Dodgers fans will love it. I'm just going to assume those are Japanese fans there. I mean, they could be South Korean, I guess. I'm not too sure, but, Yamamoto, of course, played in Japan. Ohtani played in Japan. Very excited for the Dodgers. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a breaking ball in there for a called strike as the Dodgers fans starting to make some noise. They're clapping. Brewers fans starting to head to the exits. Andrew Vaughn is 0 for 3 on the night. Here's the pitch. That's a swing and a miss, and it's 0 for 2. Doc, thank you for going to this game. Thank you, Wendy, for tuning in. Appreciate it. 0-2 count. Yamamoto kicks and deals. That's chopped foul. And it's 0-2. Matt Ryan would definitely be remembered more and admired if it weren't for the Super Bowl loss. Yeah, you liked Ryan? I didn't, but I agree. If he had won that game, changes how we look at him today for sure. 0-2, here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And the Dodgers now are up 2-0. First complete game since Jose Lima, the 2004 NLDS Game 3 against St. Louis. Yamamoto with a masterclass performance. Thank you, Doctor. You're very welcome, David. Again, congratulations. This is the end. My only friend, the end. Oh, is that some lyrics there again? I'm sorry. I don't know. I know this is the end for you, my friend, but that is that's another rock band. If it came down to it, do you think Flacco would have beaten Ryan that year? In 2017? No. Oh, in 2012. The early 2010 Falcons were really good. Probably. I would say so. Joseph. I would say so. Folks, again, appreciate you guys hanging out. Again, the Dodgers have just defeated the Brewers 5-1. Again, I'm very I'm happy, of course, for the Dodgers fans here. Of course, we have a few of you guys that have tuned in. Thank you again for your support. As for, of course, the Brewers fans, who, again, you guys have been supporting me for months now, I'm very sorry. But, hey, again, there's still plenty of baseball left, folks. Don't hang your head. Do not hang your head. You never know what could happen. But, again, congratulations, of course, to those of you pulling for the Dodgers. I will be back later tomorrow. Again, I won't be doing baseball, but I will be sure to, again, check out my post section. I'll be letting you guys know that want to know about the Mariners Blue Jays, where you guys can find that game. Again, I will be sure to send you guys to someone that is very good. He does a great job, so don't think I'm going to send you off and not worry about it. No, I'm thinking about you guys. I really do appreciate you guys for your support. Ol Moleface was a great quarterback. He was the most accurate passer. Almost lost his arm and still played. Thank you. So Nick letting me know about so we disagree there. No, he was a great quarterback. No, trust me. Again, it's not that I am anti Drew Brees, but the sentiment around Drew Brees here in 2025 is that he was better than Brady, better than Peyton, and better than Rodgers when he was not even close. I mean, he was close, but he wasn't those three. Those three were clearly the best of the late 2000s and then the 2010s. But no, I just can't say that he was better than those three. And again, I believe Ben was better. Again, you put Ben in New Orleans, I think he outdoes Brees' production, and then he's the one that's viewed, imagine if Ben had the defense, blah, 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 blah. And then, it is what it is, though. Haven't lost a game you called two. Yeah, wow, 2 Dodgers. Well, good stuff, David. Looks like I'm good luck. The Doors. See ya. Oh, the Doors. Okay, I gotcha. The band there. Gotcha. See ya, Dr. Death. Again, thank you, Lewis, for tuning in. Appreciate you. Joseph 2-0. The Reds were good in 2011 to 2013. Never got to the World Series. Yeah, the Pirates actually, again, beat the Reds that year. 2012? I think 2012. Good night. Yes, you have a good one. Killer Stream Doc. Thank you, Joseph. Appreciate it. Again, thank you guys all for tuning in. Again, if you did enjoy the broadcast and you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe, folks. This is a growing channel. I'm not kidding. I'm not just saying that. It is true. 1,100 subs in the last 10 weeks. We are growing and growing and growing. So mad crazy. I like Drew Brees. You also like Doug Flutie. Yeah. So you would love the early 2000s Chargers. There, yeah, you did like Doug Flutie. Again, I like Drew Brees, but again, it's just the fact that, anyway, I already repeated myself so many times. But yeah, all right, you guys all have a great rest of your night. Again, congratulations to those of you pulling for the Dodgers, and of course, I'm very sorry for those of you that are pulling for the Brewers, but, hey, there's still baseball left, so... Again, appreciate you guys hanging out. I will catch you guys later. You guys all have a great rest of your Tuesday night. Enjoy it. Enjoy your Tuesday night, folks. Get some rest. And I'll see you next time right here on DrDelay. Y'all have a great one. Peace.